it, you scumbag!
It's showtime!
Oh!
It's time for you to have opinions of our own. This is WCTR.
Right then. Mugs, it's Friday! Oh! We did it! Let's get amongst it because you are tuned into the number one. Say it louder for the dirt grubs in the back. The number one non-fictional, completely fictional radio station. From Liberty City to Leonida, all gas and no brakes with it. You better get in where you fit in every time. From GTA to Red Dead, from Jimmy Hopkins to Cole Phelps. If we don't cover it, it isn't worth the goddamn airtime. As always, we want to give a big shout out to all the friend brothers for supporting this channel. If you want to join the Campaign Cowboys or the Story Mode Stormtroopers, then click join or follow the link in the description. Wait for it. Wait for it. And if you're new to MCT, then buckle up and nut up. Then what you want to do is head on over to the live chat and get involved, you little weasel. Speaking of weasels, don't be a little weasel cheese all your life. Click that subscribe button and do not forget to click that bell icon for notifications. Seriously. Oi, you little fridge magnet. The amount of people that complain that they don't get notified that a stream started or a video got uploaded. Click that bell, you little bell. And finally, if you can do old MCT, a straight up friend and brother solid, and click that like button. It seriously helps that bullshit algorithm promote the stream and the channel. With that down, son of a bitch, with that down, shall we get amongst it? Shall we give a couple of shout outs to the friend brothers? I think we shall. Even ASAP, Cavish Luckman, Big Chris, Private 210, Space Tex is knocking boots. Always good to see a Space Tex. Level 1, The Real Kratos, late. Adam X78, Space Mix 17, Purple Cash, Blanche, Gaming Grenade, Bebelash, Just Christian, Sad Life with the 20. Ken, go now. Tell him what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! He said 20, so tell him one more time.
It's showtime!
Oh! Unbelievable. I'm Blind Fury. We caught up. Unbelievable. Oh, also Crossfire Gaming. Jesus Christ. Now it's all coming in. Crossfire Gaming, Ninja Vestos, Gamer Jamie. It's always good to see the friend brothers on a Friday. Team, we've done it. We made it to the weekend. Hold on. It is Friday, isn't it? Of course it is. What are we talking about? Of course it is. Unbelievable. Right. Sad life. I'm not ignoring you, brother. My chat, for some reason, is half and half here. What is going on? There we go. Right. Sad life with the 20. Can't say thank you enough, good brother. Didn't even start the live stream and they're already dropping donations. It's sad life, seriously. Seriously. Unbelievable. Ken, tell him.
It's showtime!
Oh! Also, J-Dog, it's got a little bit quiet in here. Is there any chance that we can just bring that white bat audio up just a touch? Is there any chance? There you go. I think you can hear it in the background. Let me know if we need to turn that up a little bit. Let me know if J-Dog needs to press a couple of dials. Right, sad life for the 20. Who's ready to make Lucia? Holy shit! Fucking hell! Starting on the hot coffee already. Jesus Christ, sad life. Have you been on this into me already? That's wild. That's the first dono of tonight. That's what. Jesus, brother. That's wild. That's wild. Right. Let's see what I go on here. Private 210. This is worrying, actually. I understand, yeah, don't have kids on the internet or on GTA 6. But having everyone, especially if you're an adult, verify your age with some form of ID to the government is not good. So Private 210 is basically kicking us off straight away. Also, Private 210, you were in on Wednesday saying that GTA 6 was going to get delayed again. Where's the delay? Big Cheese, where is it? I want to know. I need to know. Yeah, look, obviously we're going to get into this whole conversation around... it's hard. See, the thing is, I've always said on 104.5, we always want to stay away from politics when we can do. Just because politics, I feel like no one's a winner. No one's a winner. It's just a big ball of negativity and we don't want to go anywhere near it. But unfortunately, in regards to the news that Tez 2 has given us all today or yesterday, whenever he dropped it, sadly, we are getting drawn in like magnet bastards. Like magnet cheese weasels. We are unfortunately getting pulled into this whole politics thing around this age verification shite that has been kicking off for the past week in the UK. So again, we're going to get amongst it and I want to get people's opinions. Because look, full context, I've said this I said this on, I think it was on Wednesday. I think I said it on Monday as well. If any of the friend brothers are truly interested in regards to the politics around it, in regards to this whole age verification thing, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, I'd highly recommend going ahead and checking out Cyberboy. But go ahead and check out Cyber Waffle. Go ahead and check out the brother's second channel. Shameless promo, shameless promo. But all the information that I need at the moment, I've been getting off Cyberboy for all this stuff, because I hardly know any of the ups and downs. I hardly know what's safe and what's not. Again, brothers, friend brothers, you understand what MCT is all about. The brain the size of a peanut. We keep telling you time and time again. So when it comes to stuff like this, I'd like to feel as safe as possible. And unfortunately, when it comes to this whole age verification thing, there is a lot of shady shite going down right now. And yes, unfortunately, now we are going to be talking about it and how it's going to impact Rockstar Games, how it's going to be impacting GTA, how it's going to be impacting GTA 6. And yes, also, unfortunately, maybe it's a bit shameful not to even bring this topic up, but is there a chance this is going to end up impacting the price of GTA 6? Because again, if they're going to lose a significant amount of numbers, or Take the Piss Interactive or Rockstar are going to look at it and go, right, well, you know what? We've had to take a hit on this age verification thing. Do we need to cover our asses, and do we need to cushion the blow a little bit? Are they going to put the price up a little bit? Who knows? Who knows? Right, team, let me come back to the chat. Again, it's a conversation we're going to be having all goddamn night, so I'm going to be interested to see what people are saying around it. So we got Blind Fury, let's get amongst it. Crossfire Gaming 7, hello everyone. Crossfire, you couldn't do better than that. You couldn't do better than that. Crossfire Gaming, I expect better. Your next chat better be better. Ninja, debate in the chat whose death was sadder, John Marston or Arthur Morgan. That's a really good... Alright, fair enough. First question of the night. Sponsored by Ninja Vestos. Whose death was sadder, John Marston or Arthur Morgan? If I'm being honest, Ninja, if I'm going to answer that off the dome, the obvious answer, I think, has to be Arthur's. Because one, it's the more recent, and two, it happened in the... I'm going to say it, and it might piss a few people off, but it happened in the better game. But nostalgia-wise, there is something with John Marston getting killed at the end of Red Dead, the first time ever coming across it. The thing is, obviously they did it differently with Arthur because of his illness in the game, which was completely unexpected. But because we'd already gone through the pain of John literally dying at the end of Red Dead, and we have to carry on the story through Jack, I felt there was a part of me inside that was kind of waiting for Arthur's number to get pulled, if that makes sense. So I'm still probably going to say realistically it would be Arthur's, but I think John's was a bit more impactful because that was, obviously we got it first, and when I think back to Red Dead, that was the first real time it was like, holy shit, like, you know what I mean? Well, that's just my answer. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing what people say around that. Gamer Jamie, always good to see you, Big Cheese. Yo, I've missed a few streams, but we are back, and let's get amongst it. Jamie, it's always good to see you, Big Chief. Always good to see you. Mo, hey, crazy man, how's it going? Mo's talking to someone in this chat. I don't know who he's talking to, but he's definitely not talking to the old MCT. Super Craven, Cavish Luckman's knocking boots. Always good to see you, Cavish. Super Craven, never get notified. Hi, MCT. Well, then click that bell. You little bell. Click that bell. How many times do I have to tell you, Super Craven? Click the bell icon and you'll get notified. And if you don't, then have a word with Google. Have a word with YouTube. Sent Paddy Mad. I don't think I've ever said that name before in a live stream. So, Ken, tell him what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! Big cheese. Cornhead Billy, I just think it will become the norm. That's the best way to look at it. What, in regards to age verification? Cornhead Billy, if I'm going to be completely honest, that's... when you really peel back everything, that's kind of... that's what we're looking... That's the thing that we are staring into the eye of right now, isn't it? The reality is, unfortunately, this age verification shite isn't going away. This is going to be the norm. We've got it already with video games. Now it feels normal. When you go and download and install a video game on your console, before you play the game, a license agreement comes up and you have to scroll through it and you have to click agree. No one reads them, but you've got to agree to it. That has now become the norm in video games, and I can't remember the first time I even came across that. Can you? Can you genuinely, honestly, right now tell me the first time you came across a license agreement in a video game? Because I can't. But now it's the norm. Now if a game has a license agreement in it that you've got to agree to before you even tackle anything in regards to the video game that you're playing, it feels normal. It doesn't feel weird that, hold on a minute, what's this? I'm trying to play a video game. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? But Billy, I think you're right. I think you're right. Drew Shotto, always good to see you, Drew. Good morning, MCT, here in Australia. Woohoo! I have Mackie D's for dinner. Good lad. But Drew, that's not good enough. I need the context. I need to know exactly what you had. Don't just come in. Oi, Fred brothers, don't just come in this fucking chat and tell me that you had Mackie's and make me hungry. Make me starving bastard hungry. I need context. I need orders. I need meals. What did you have, Drew? I need to know. Jay Sanders knocking boots. Always good to see you, Jay. Big J dog. Kids already have a workaround. Norman Reedus' face. Oh, I saw this in Death Stranding 2. Looks good enough in photo mode to pass biometrics. Here comes the corn. Jay, you might know more about. In fact, I know what you like, Jay. You'll definitely know more about it this than me. If, for example, a kid wants to access something and an age restriction thing comes up, if they put up the Norman Reedus face recognition, what happens in regards to that? Because I don't know the mechanics around it. I don't know the engineering around this face recognition software, because surely when I do it on my phone, it's different because it's structured and it knows my face. Surely this age restriction is a load of bollocks then, if they're just asking for a photo with your face. Like, does that not... I don't understand how that works. That's how thick MCT is right now. I need you all to talk to me as though I am a literal 10-year-old. That's why I said I have to keep going to Cyberboy and I have to keep watching these videos on this stuff. Because I want to be as safe as I can do. But if I'm being completely honest, half of this stuff just goes right over my head. Right over my head. Cavish, your Prime Minister is an Arsenal fan. Oh, Jesus. Is Keir Starmer actually an Arsenal fan? Puh, puh, puh. Is he seriously? I actually didn't even know that. Well, that answers... Cavish, that answers a lot of questions. Scumbag. Unbelievable. Oh, look at us. We got Gyökeres. Yeah, nice 3 touches. Shocking behaviour. I didn't know he was an Arsenal fan. That answers a lot of questions. Right, Ninja with the 2. Ninja, thank you very much. Ken, tell him what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! You can use the Technology Minster's face for ID. Technology Minster's face for ID? Who's the Technology Minster? Technology Minster. That sounds like an AI-generated pie. Minster's Pies. Technology flavour. Cornet Billy reckons that Arthur Morgan's death was more sad. Is that more sad or sadder? More sad? More sad than John Marston. Purple Cash, can we use MCT's face for ID? Well, see, Purple Cash, you brought up a really good point here, and it started to piss me off a little bit, right? What happens when it comes to MCT? What happens if I want to play GTA and they want face recognition? I've got a mask! MCT, we were born with a defect. What you see is what you get. We can't take this thing off. So what the hell do? We have a lot of issues with our iPhone. So I'm going to say about that. Level 1, have you seen the kids using Death Stranding to pass verification? Hilarious stuff. Yep, again, my question is if people could answer it. I'm assuming Jay's already answered it, but I'm just trying to scroll through as much as chat as possible. My question is to anyone that can help me out with it. How does that Death Stranding face thing work? Because surely I thought the idea was, and this is how thick I am, if they're trying to verify who you are, like the topic shouldn't be to verify the age, it should be to verify the person playing the game. If that's the kickoff that I'm trying to grasp, right? Is that not the thing? Because if you're just trying to verify age, if you can spoof it with the Death Stranding thing, then why are they changing it? Why not just put in a mechanic where they ask you the question, what's your date of birth, and you put the date of birth in, and that's it? Because if you can spoof it with some random's face, then you can spoof it by putting in some random date. Does that not make sense to all the thickos out there? Present company included. Sad life. I mean, I support Trump. I just don't like that age shit. No hate to the peeps that don't support him. Sad life. Look, I'm not going to give anyone shit for supporting who they want to. Again, look, I know people go off the tilt with it, but I really couldn't give 2 shits. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you're rooting for. We're all in this together. That's my idea of it. But But this age shit, no hate to the peeps thing in it. The thing is though, Sad Life, I thought the age shit was what the UK were doing at the moment. I didn't think America at the moment was implementing this stuff. Because again, you got to remember Rockstar Games, unfortunately, I think this has come out early doors from TES 2, and obviously this is in the code for Rockstar Games, but you got to remember Rockstar's head office does reside in the UK. That's what I was looking at. So I don't know if it's going to be affecting Americans just yet, but again, we're still going to get into the tweet from TES 2. I'll come back to the chat and I'll scroll through it and we'll try and catch up. And then we'll read the tweet because he does say, it's either in the tweet or in one of the replies, TES 2. He actually does say they're not sure of who's going to be rolling it out just yet, but he knows, well, he's basically sure that the UK is getting hit with it first. Which again, with all this age verification bullshit going on with the UK, that kind of makes sense, right? That's what we're all expecting. Jamie Pitt, I'm the guy. Jamie, I know you are. I don't even need to read the message. I know that you were the one that Eric banned a couple of months ago. Jamie, I thought me and you had moved on from this, right? I'll read this. Jamie Pitt, I'm the guy you banned for saying GTA 6 was available to wishlist on the PlayStation 5 store. Jamie. James. Jimothy. I know your name. We appreciate you stopping by. Good brother. But trust me, every time I see your name now, I think immediately of Eric and when he banned you. So you don't need to remind me, brother. You don't need to. RP Ghost with the 2. Appreciate you, brother Ken. You know what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! Cherries or banana? Curious minds want to know. I mean, I am a dessert guy. But I don't know how to answer that, brother. Appreciate the 2. Cherry or banana? Honestly, at one point, it just looks like you're asking for balls or dick. Like, you know what I mean? Are we working the marble sack or are we working the shaft? Like, RP Ghost, what are we saying for £2? I don't understand it at all. Again, right over my head. Cool Water, I really hate... Hey, Cool Water's knocking about. Always good to see you. I really hate the age verification thing. The world is becoming a police state. Whatever happened to freedom? It's a bad precedent being set. Very bad. Cool Water, obviously, I think a lot of us agree with you 100%, brother. The one thing that I think I'm always going to say right off the rip when it comes to this is be outraged, fight against it, do whatever you need, speak up against it. You know, if you think that your vote matters, go ahead and vote for the people that you need to vote for. Try and vote out the people that you don't want to empower anymore, all this other stuff. The only thing that MCT is always going to say with stuff like this, and this is why we never talk about politics, because no one likes to hear what MCT wants to say about politics. But I'm going to say it now because unfortunately we can't get away from it. I always see it as though we are fighting a losing battle. When it comes to this age verification stuff especially. We can sit here and we can moan and we can complain about it as much as we want to. Eventually it's going to get passed. Eventually it's going to get implemented. That's the reality of it. And again, you know, the funny thing is when you go on Twitter and you go on social media and you see all these people talk about Rockstar Games and they say, oh, what a load of bullshit for all this age verification. Well, the thing you got to remember is Rockstar probably aren't really pushing this themselves. They probably aren't forcing this themselves. They've probably been told a month or two in advance, if not even longer, like, look, eventually we're really going to be clamping down on age verification coming towards the end of 2025 for the kids. That's the best thing about all this is the terminology that they use. It's all about child protection. Bollocks, it's about child protection. If it was about child protection, you would have locked up and you would have put a stopper on Twitter years ago. Twitter is a cesspool of absolute bullshit. But no, age verification now because we can't have the kids playing GTA. Suck me off. What an absolute joke. You do realise in the UK, from the UK are trying to implement all this stuff, right? This is the same UK where you can legally have hot coffee with your partner at the age of 16, but you can't watch Corn until you're 18. You know what I mean? That makes complete sense. Complete sense. You can watch someone having a house party where the theme of the film is based around alcohol, getting drunk and having a house party, and that is rated 12, right? In the UK. In the UK, you can't drink till you're 18, and There's even, when you go to the pubs and the bars, there is a, what is it called now? The test 21 limit or test 25 limit. Basically meaning, if you don't look 21, the people behind the bar have a right to not even ask you for ID. They can flat out just refuse to serve you because you don't look 21. The challenge 21 thing, whatever it is, right? But yeah, in this country, I can watch a 12 rated film that's based around a bunch of people drinking shitloads of alcohol and having a house party around it. This is the UK, but no, we need to get the kids off playing 18 rated video games. It's absolutely mental. It feels backwards to me, and this is coming from someone who doesn't even know half the stuff that's going on. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right, let's give a couple of more shout-outs here. We got Blanche. Jonathan Bond Zombie's knocking about. Always good to see you, Jonathan. Ninja Vestos, MCT. It's Peter Kyle, the person who implemented the scheme. Right, well, then he's a douchebag then, isn't he? Again, I was watching one of Cyberboy's videos on Cyberwaffle before, and he made a really good point. A lot of these people, I can't remember, I'm going to butcher the point that he made, but a lot of these people that are passing these laws right now in the UK are of a certain age, are over the age of like 50 and 60. And again, all respect, not trying to be a dick, but a lot of those people don't understand how internet safety works nowadays. But yet they're telling us all, like, it's just not just the UK, but the majority of the West is run by people who are millionaires, if not multimillionaires, if not billionaires. You look at Donald Trump, I'm sure, Trump must be a billionaire, right? Surely. He is running the United States of America and making laws and passing laws for people who are working minimum wage. You've got people like Keir Starmer and all these politicians who are, if they're not millionaires, they're best part of millionaires, right? And they are telling you how to live your life on minimum wage. That's the backwards thing around it. But again, look, this is why I don't get into politics. Because there's no winners. I've said this time and time again. It's a loss when it comes to politics. And I'm sick and tired of talking about politics already. We've been talking about this shit 20 minutes and I'm already sick and tired of it. But sadly, when it comes to this Rockstar Games news, we're being pulled into it. Right, team, I'm going to have a couple of more minutes talking to chat, and then we're going to go over this TES 2 tweet. So I'll give you another couple of minutes. So Drew Shotto has dropped in $8 Australian. Drew, can't say thank you enough. Ken, tell him what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! And now tell him in Australian.
It's showtime!
Oh! And tell him one more time in American.
It's showtime!
Oh! Appreciate you, Drew. I had a cheeseburger, fries, six pice nuggets, and a coffee McFrappe. A coffee McFrappe? You know, you went all out. I don't think we've got coffee McFrappes in the UK. We used to. I know we used to have like you like caramel frappes, and they were really nice. I put on about 500 pounds over the summer. I'm talking years and years and years ago. I constantly had a caramel frappe like every 3 days. They were insane. They were like, can I say it on YouTube without getting demonetized? They were like crack cocaine. Jay Sanders, you'll have to jump through a lot of hoops, just like, you're talking about the, right, okay, so I asked Jay before about the face recognition thing and how it's working in regards to the Death Stranding pictures. Jay says you'll have to jump through a lot of hoops, just like the TSAs and such, to opt out or present a different image, like your butthole or a doorknob. Most folks will just cave into it. See, Jay makes, ironically, through the comedy, Jay actually makes a really good point. Look, people, I can't stress this out enough, and this is coming from someone who is a genuine thicko. This is coming from someone who does not have two brain cells to rub together, right? Please, for the love of God, whether it's Rockstar Games, whether you're gonna want to go off and watch a bit of corn, whatever it may be, please, 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 people, do not put your passport image or your national insurance card on the goddamn internet. I cannot stress that enough. And I'll say it louder for the dirt grubs in the back. Oi, dirt grub, do not put a picture of your goddamn passport on the goddamn internet, you fucking idiot. And even I know this, and I'm a complete hard-R, right? I am just so oblivious to half the stuff, right? But if tomorrow I go on GT Online and Rockstar turn around to me and go, all right, age verification stepped up, we now need to see a form of ID. It's face recognition isn't enough because the Death Stranding thing. So we now need to see face ID. So a passport will be fine. You know what I'll do? I'll go off and play something else because I am not putting a picture of my passport on the internet. I am not giving a third party a picture of my passport. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? No. Please, people, do not put your passport or your national insurance number on the internet, for the love of God. And I understand because I'm in the exact same wheelhouse, right? I understand. I'm that guy who will say and sit there and go, oh, well, you can hack me. I've got nothing to hide. I am that guy who constantly turns to people and says, well, if someone robs me, it's not the end of the world. I've got like 300 quid in my account. Like, who's bothered? I'm that guy who, when people says, and I've got one in my room, so I can't shout the stupid bitch's name, but I'm that guy who, when it comes to Alexa, people say all the time, oh, they're listening to you through Alexa. I'm the geezer that sits there in the conversation and goes, right, let her listen to me. I couldn't give a shit. I'm not interested. If the government are listening to me right now, oi, Kia, what's good, chief? If they are listening to me right now through Alexa, or through my phone, or through my monitor, or through my computer, or my PlayStation, or whatever it is, they are going to be bored shitless. First of all, they can listen to me for free on 104.5 Radio MCT. Let's get amongst it. But second of all, again, I'm not that interested. I'm not a threat to anyone at all. So I got nothing to hide. So I'm that geezer who, realistically, if I want to play a video game and it says you need to verify your age and they ask for your passport, I am that moronic twat that would go, screw it, yeah, go on, understand my passport, who cares, I got nothing to hide. But people, no, if there's one thing I can say to you, is just do not, please just do not do that. Just do not do that. That's all I'm going to say to you. That's all I'm going to say to you right goddamn now. That's all I'm going to say to you. Cal's knocking boots, always good to see you, Cal. I've been worried about this for you. Cal, you are someone that I've been interested in talking to tonight because you said that you're into your politics and this whole UK age verification thing. So I'm assuming you've got a few opinions on it. I'd love to hear them. I've been worried about this for years and years. This is basically the online safety bill, but now it's coming for video games. To be 100% honest, if the UK didn't pass the Online Safety Act, a nation like Australia or Canada would, because they've got similar bills. Cal, again, unfortunately, after that stuff goes right off my head, I don't know in regards to bills and shit what different countries have got. But I can't remember what it was. I think it was Conan and Billy before, about 10 minutes or so, said something, and it basically cuts through all the bullshit. You can make paragraph after paragraph, you can make video after video, tweet after tweet. You can go over this with a fine-tooth comb, and at the end of the day, it comes down to what Conan and Billy said before. Eventually, this was going to happen. No matter what or who says what or does what, stricter age verification was always going to happen. And again, my biggest issue is the fact if they keep saying it's to protect children. That's a load of bollocks. If you were protecting children, you would not limit them on Twitter. You would stop them accessing Twitter. Twitter is... Brother, I said this to Game Roll last week when he'd been banned off Twitter. As much as I'm glad that he got his account back, if anyone gets blocked on Twitter, do not see it as the end of the world. If anything, see it as a bit as a positive. Twitter is a cesspool. I have an account for the Friend Brothers. If people want to get in contact with me, they can contact me on Twitter. But you watch how many times I promote myself on Twitter. Look at how many times we promote 104.5 on Twitter. We don't. Because it's a cesspool. I fucking hate that app with a passion. It's disgusting. Oh man, some of the stuff that pops up, you don't need to go searching for it. That's the thing. When it comes to, again, Cyberboy made a good point on one of his videos. When it comes to surface internet, and again, I'm a thicko, so I don't understand half this stuff when it comes to the surface internet, deep web, dark web, whatever it is. But when it comes to the surface internet, I'm a person who, if I'm going to be completely honest, Google, YouTube, and what else? I'm not joking, seriously. Google for searches, YouTube, and I use my apps the rest of the time. TikTok. Again, I was going to say YouTube. Again, those are the only goddamn apps I use. TikTok, YouTube. I do use Twitter every now and then to see, you know, articles and shit. And Reddit. That's it. That's literally all I use. But unfortunately now, you've got these people in power that are seeing kids play video games and going, oh no, we need to protect them, we need to protect the children, but no, you need to show us a picture of your passport right now. What? Why do I need to show you a picture of my passport? Because we're protecting the kids. You do realize that those kids can access Twitter, right? Oh no, that's Elon's thing. No, we're gonna stop them playing GTA. Kia, shove it up your arse. Shove it up your ring piece. Right, let me get back on track. Vice City Baby's dropped to 20. I didn't even realize Vice City Baby. Brother, I know that today's the day, so Ken, tell them what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! Vice City Baby, it's the big day MCT. No matter how today turns out, I'll always be rocking with 104.5 Radio MCT all the way from Vice City, Leonida. Oh, can we get a one round right now? Again, for the Friend Brothers, if we can light Vice City Baby up. First of all, with a big W, appreciate the 20. But second of all, and I'm assuming Vice City Baby, you've dropped into 104.5, so I'm assuming the lady in question isn't listening to us. I'll give you a couple of seconds to get rid of her, to kick her out the room if she is. Right? People, today is the day. Vice City Baby is getting down on one knee. And he is popping the big old question. He's going to ask his girlfriend if they can play GTA 6 together when it comes out. No, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, Vice City Baby is literally popping the question tonight. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've already got an invite to the wedding. He's told me that he told me that I'm the best man. Apparently, I'm also officiating the whole goddamn thing as well. Vice City Baby, again, brother, all jokes aside, we all know she's going to say yeah. But if everyone can like this, brother, with a massive, massive congratulations. Because again, I'm not going to tell people wish you good luck, because you don't need it. You don't need it. 100%. She's saying yeah. And if she doesn't, you know to send her my way and we'll have a chat. We'll have a conversation. And I don't mean like that, by the way. Get your head out the gutter. Cold shower time. Right, team, I know I keep saying that I'm going to read this tweet from Tez2, but you lot are lighting me up like it's the 4th of July every single time. So I'm going to try and do a speed round. I'm going to try and get through as much chat as possible. Jazz Cruiser, good to see you, Big Chief. MCT, I had a vanilla frappuccino on Wednesday at Starbucks, and it was so good. Good, lads, love to see it. Then we got RP Ghost, Gaming Grenade, Cool Water, Super Craven, X-Surface, yes! X-Surface, the attack dog, good to see you. I verified my Xbox with a phone number. See? Again, here's my question. Is that safe or not? I don't know. I'm against putting up my passport, and I'm against putting up my national insurance card. I don't want to, I will not put those on the internet. But your phone number, I understand that you can just change your phone number and shit, but even your phone number, is that safe? Because I will say this, X-Service. A few weeks ago, I'm not going to say what I did, but I had to do something for, I think it was either YouTube, but basically, the short term of it is I had to put my phone number into Google. Ever since then, every week, I'm getting texts off random numbers saying there's a job application, that my parcel's been delivered to the wrong... Like, you know what I mean? I've not ordered anything for weeks. So, is putting your phone number on Microsoft servers and Rockstar Games only stuff, is that completely safe? I just don't know. Unfortunately, I think that my phone number is on a bunch of things that I've signed up for. And I really wish, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's not the safest thing. But again, I've told you before, MCT, we ain't got two brain cells to rub together. We are talking pig muck thick right now. That's why I always need the Friend Brothers. I always need you to help me. I always need advice. If there is a way in which people are listening to this right now and they're thinking, MCT, this is how you should verify your age, and this is how you shouldn't. Because again, look, we are the youngest 21-year-old in existence. So we are now past the age of 18. But when it comes to age verification, I don't know what I'm going to get asked for in the next 6 months. Are YouTube going to start changing things? The whole Spotify thing in the UK is an interesting one, because people are saying that Spotify are starting to ask for identification. I've not been asked yet. Listen, literally, the White Bat Audio, shout out Karl Casey every damn time. The Karl Casey White Bat Audio you are listening to now on 104.5 Radio MCT for the Friend Brothers and the Mother Lovers. That's on Spotify. I've not been asked to verify my age on Spotify yet. So I don't know what the crack is with that. Right, let me scroll on it. Let me try and give a couple more shout outs because I really want to get round to reading this tweet. We got Max Holton knocking about, Last Cobra, Super Craven, RP Ghost, Purple Cash, Cotton's knocking about. Good to see you, Cotton. Corrupted Shogun, as always, good to see you, Shogun. Just Christian, Sent Paddy Mad, Jazz Cruiser, Cotton. Right, everyone's saying congratulations to Vice City Baby, which is good. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. And then Mo's asking, can I show a picture of Lucia's liquid ass for face recognition? Mo, unless your face looks like an asshole, I don't think so, brother. I don't think so. Right, team, let's get to this tweet, shall we? Because this is the whole reason why we're here. So we'll talk about the whole point of, can this affect Rockstar Games? Is it going to affect Rockstar Games? So, how long ago was it? It's not telling me. That's great. That's absolutely fantastic. Right, okay, so recently, let's just say recently, in the past 24 hours, friend, brother, mother lover himself, Tez2, took to Twitter because there was a tweet. He was actually replying to someone from Vinewood Motors, and it's quite funny. It's a bit of a joke. There's a picture of him outside the Vanilla Unicorn in GTA, and he says, "Don't worry, boys, we don't need verification for the Vanilla Unicorn." Tez2 then took to Twitter and replied with the following: "Jokes aside, Rockstar is planning to implement age assurance checks in the near future, rolling them out by region." So it's not going to be a blanket thing. It's not going to be a case of once the UK's got it, the USA's got it. So you friend brothers in America right now, if the UK end up getting this in the next month, it doesn't mean you're going to get it in the next month, but by the sounds of it, it's eventually going to come to the majority of the West. This is back to the tweet. You may need to verify your age to access Grand Theft Auto Online, or certain features like phone messages, text chat, Snapmatic may be restricted until you verify your age. And then he's put a picture up of all the code that he's found through data mining. Now look, yeah, this was, do I dare say that this was inevitable? Eventually this was going to come, I understand this. But here's my drawback with all this, and I'm assuming that people have got thoughts. So friend brothers, I want to know what people are thinking in regards to this whole Rockstar Games thing. But I've got two questions. The first one being the obvious one. Grand Theft Auto is an 18 rated video game. It's an 18 rated video game franchise. Am I right in saying every single Grand Theft Auto game has been an 18 rated game? I'm not wrong in that, right? So, first of all, how do we combat that? Because if you're saying to me, right, if you want to play GTA Online, let's say you've paid the money and you've bought Grand Theft Auto 6, brilliant, fantastic, when it comes out in May, if it's coming out in May, which hopefully it does. And you pay the money, and before you get to play it, they come up and say, oh, you can't play GTA Online until you verify your age. Now, let's say that you are 16 or 17 years old and you can't verify your age. And your parents, for whatever reason, the little pricks, don't want to come and help you. So you physically right now are up shit's creek without a paddle. My question is, first of all, well, if you can't access GTA Online because it's 18 rated, then surely that goes the same for the story mode. So what is the thing? How is that going to work? Because that to me makes no sense. If you need to verify your age to play GTA Online, you should need to verify your age to play this 18 rated video game in the first place. So the whole age verification thing shouldn't be coming down to something in game. It should be coming down to before you make the purchase. Is that right? Does that make sense? Because I just don't understand at the moment. I'm trying to grasp it and I'm not understanding it. So that's the first part. The second question is, there are tons and tons and tons and tons of people who aren't 18 that play Grand Theft Auto Online right now and have got their eyes set on GTA 6 Online. If they implement this and half of those numbers can't verify their age, surely that means the number of people that are playing GTA in general skyrocket. And I mean skyrocket south. The numbers drop off. So my worry is then, if this is something that gets implemented and something that gets taken seriously and the numbers do drop, will Rockstar, will Take-Two look at it and go, shit, we need to cover our asses here. We need to cushion the blow. And what's one of the answers they could do? They could put the price up. Is that, am I getting too worried? That isn't rage bait. I'm not trying to spook anyone. I'm not trying to put the frighteners up on anyone. That's a genuine question because, again, like I've said to you time and time again, I don't understand half this stuff, what's going on right now. I really don't. So I need people to give me their opinions. I need to know what people are thinking right now in regards to all this, because there's a possibility I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow, and I would like to get as much opinions in as possible to cover all this stuff, because look, we're all Rockstar Games fans. We're all GTA fans. We've got the biggest game of a generation coming out in less than a year. If this is going to affect us all, and look, you might sit there right now and go, oh, well, it's not going to affect me because I'm over the age of 18. Well, yeah, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. But again, if half of the people out there can't verify their age, and the numbers are going to be considerably low when it comes to GTA, not low for the GTA numbers, that's what I mean. What is stopping Rockstar or Take-Two going, right, we know what then? Bump it up a tenner. It's going to be $80 when it comes out. We'll bump it to 90. The reality is, we're not going to have the numbers there, so we need to cushion it by somehow. Am I talking absolute bollocks? Let me know. Team, Jason, first of all, I just need you to slow the music down just a touch if we can do there, Chief. Appreciate you, big homie. Second of all, what you're going to do, you're going to give me 60 seconds. I'm going to go and grab the Cinsamito, and I'm going to come back because I want answers. I want to know what people are thinking. You give me 60 seconds, and we will be right back.
You do everything in your car, from talking to friends to watching a movie to turning tricks with a coworker. So why should you get out of your car to eat? At Up and Atom, we're from a time when America didn't worry about global warming, cholesterol, or who could vote. Drive into Up and Atom today. Up and Atom, food from when we were morally superior.
We all care about the environment, some more than others, especially those of us on the West Coast. But places thousands of miles away have water that is our birthright. We're San Andreas Water and Power. Without our tireless efforts to keep the water and subsidies flowing, San Andreas could dry up like a woman in her 50s. No green lawns, no swimming pools, no lush golf courses in the desert. Sure, you may have to pay the piper sometime, but let's all work together to make sure it's not just yet. San Andreas Water and Power.
Right, let's get amongst it. J-Dog, do your thing. You'll love to see it. Oi, I don't pay him enough. I seriously don't pay him enough. Right, Super Craven, I can definitely see that happening. As I know if you game in some Saudi areas, they can't gamble in casino. Yeah, I didn't actually know this, but apparently not everywhere in the world can access the casino in Grand Theft Auto. We only found that out a couple of weeks ago. Cool Water, we need to go back to when parents were actually paying attention and doing their jobs. I've seen this argument a lot today. We wouldn't need to protect kids if parents did their jobs, plain and simple. Cool Water, I do agree with you. The one thing I'll probably say to that is, all this being promoted to us and all this being sold to us as, oh, it's trying to protect the kids, I think it's a load of bollocks. I don't think this is anything to do with child protection at all. I think they're just labeling it as child protection. Look, the reality is, a lot of us in this chat played Grand Theft Auto before we were 18. I know I certainly did. I was playing Vice City back in the day. I think I was like maybe in year 7. Like, what's that, 11? 10, 11? When I was playing Vice City? So imagine back in the day if our mum and dad had bought us Grand Theft Auto and we go to sign in and play it, and then we get an age verification pop-up thing and we go and it says, oh, you can't play this game until you verify your age. And then we go and get mum and dad and go, oi, will you just verify your age? And your mum's like, I'm not putting my details in the internet. What do you do then? Are you screwed? Do you take the game back? Like, what's the crack? And again, how much of a faff is it? Really? But the biggest thing for me around all this is it's supposed to be around child protection. That's what they're labeling it as. You do realize that kids are still going to be able to access it. Again, like you say, if it comes down to the parents doing the age verification thing. So if the parents are just going to be the answer, if it's just a simple case of, oh, get your mum or dad to scan this code with their phone and click accept, what's the fucking point? Because the parents probably bought the game for him in the first place. If a kid's 13, 14 or 15 years old and wants to play GTA 6, you do realise that kid won't have their own bank account. So if they want to buy the game online, which is 90% of what video gaming is now, it's all online, mum and dad have got to pay for it anyway. So why now are we asking for age verification in a video game that we've already bought? That to me is where I keep hitting. That's my biggest wall around all this at the moment. This is an 18 rated video game, so the age verification should come before you purchase the game. It shouldn't be a block on GTA Online. It shouldn't be a case of, oh, you've bought the game, there you go, you can go and play the 18 rated story, but when it comes to GTA Online and when it comes to the online features, you've got to prove your age. We've got to have age verification. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, if that's where it's going. And again, you know, the code that Tez brought up, I'll look at it again on Twitter. You've got things like verify your age to access. In fact, let me read this now. I'll come back to chat in a sec, but let me just read through the graphic that we got. It says verify your age to access Grand Theft Auto Online. Scan the QR code with your phone or visit the social club. This page will automatically update after verifying your age. Thank you for verifying your age. You can now access GTA Online. You must meet the minimum age requirement to access this online feature. Verify your age to access online features. So by the sounds of it, to me, and I don't know if people are going to read it differently to me, but by reading through that code right now, that genuinely sounds to me like whilst you're playing the fucking game, Rockstar Games are going to be restricting you from certain things until you verify your age in-game. That's my biggest block. Like, why? The age verification should be when I've bought the stupid game. That's how it used to be. Back in the day, a video game is 18 rated. If you don't have ID on you, then your parents have got to buy it for you because that's the consent. That's the age verification. I'm not old enough to buy this video game, but my parents have bought it for me, and that is them saying that I'm allowed this game. If a 16-year-old kid gets his mum's credit card or bank card to buy this game, or mum and dad buy the game for him, and they've put the credit card details or debit card details, bank details, whatever, on their Xbox, on the PlayStation, and they buy the game for him, and they start playing GTA. If they then go and access GTA Online the month after when it comes out, and Rockstar start popping up saying, oh, you need to verify your age for this, you need to verify your age for that, what a load of bollocks. That makes no sense to me. And then they're going to phrase it and they'll, oh no, we're just trying to protect the kids. No, you're not protecting the kids because you thick bastard. The kids already have access to the game, thickos. And this is coming from me. Again, I thought I was thick, but Jesus Christ, man, what is going on? Oh, dear me, the last Cobra. Yes, most parents will. They already have to show ID when going to purchase it. They won't care. See, last Cobra, if most parents are going to buy the game for the kids, that's absolutely fine. But then if the kid gets stopped playing the game and is being asked for age verification, that to me just makes zero sense. The kid's already got access to the game. Vice City MCT, I first played Vice City when I was 6 years old. It was 2005, shortly after I had San Andreas. Yeah, again, Cyberboy said the same thing on one of his videos recently. He said that he was playing GTA when he was 7. I can't remember how young I was when I first played, because I do remember, I'm convinced that Vice City was the first GTA game that I played. And I might have even been primary school. I might have even been before high school. I'm not too sure yet. But by the sounds of it, a lot of us are sort of hovering around that sort of age gap of the first time we played a Grand Theft Auto game, whether it be Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4, GTA 5, or GTA Online. A lot of us seem like we were hovering around that sort of age bracket between, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can you imagine now what it was like back then to what it's like now? Back then, again, like I said, you go into a store and you knew if you were going to buy Grand Theft Auto, you needed your parents to buy it for you. That is it. Once they buy it, that's it. No more questions, no more struggles. You've got the game, success. I can go and enjoy this game. Whereas now, by the sounds of it, you're going to need age verification, trying to do 5 different things. Ah, man, weird. Hi, Mars Online. Don't think I've ever said that name before on a live stream. Good to see you, good brother. With that, Ken, tell him what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! Tell him again.
It's showtime!
Oh! Hi, Mars Online. MCT, long-time viewer, first-time commentator. I love this. Love the channel. Much support from America. Excited for GTA 6's story and online. Off topic, what's your SummerSlam predictions? Hi, Mars. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. When people come into 104.5 Radio MCT and they say they're from America, I need context. Where are you coming from in America? In fact, you know what? That's not good enough considering we live in the age of age verification. What I need you to do, hi Mars, is I need you to put a picture of your passport up on the chat, and you need to do it within the next 5 minutes. If you don't do it, I'm going to get one of the moderators to shit can you. If the passport's not good enough, I will accept your national insurance. If that's not good enough, I will accept your tax code. One of those three are absolutely fine. Face recognition is not. Again, if you just want to send me over your passport details in the next 5 minutes, we can roll on with it. Hi Mars, all jokes aside, we appreciate you, good brother. What's your SummerSlam predictions? Hi Mars, look, if I'm being completely honest, Chief, I only know a handful of the matches on the card at SummerSlam. It's not grabbing me. I've been trying to watch WWE recently. I started watching, what's it called? What's it called? The new thing that hit Netflix this week. I watched the first 2 episodes of it. Oh, shit. What's it called? Unreal. Is that what the writer's room thing? That was quite good. Considering I've only watched 2 episodes. But no, man, seriously. SummerSlam. I don't know. I mean, does Punk beat Gunther? Maybe. But then I feel like that's been a complete shit show. They have Jay beat Gunther at Mania. Gunther then beats Jay, what was it, 3 months later or something? And now Gunther drops the title to Punk? Like, what's the point? That just doesn't make any sense to me. So, if Punk loses to Gunther, is there a chance that maybe Punk turns heel? And he's basically like, right, since I've been in WWE, I've been a face, and every time I try and do something, I'm coming up short. So I'm going to be heel Punk, and he costs Cody at SummerSlam against Cena. And then Cena's like, I don't need your help. So then Punk becomes the heel. And then Punk is the heel against John Cena's face in Cena's last match. And Cena loses last match against heel Punk. And he gives the title to Punk. Like, would that work? That's literally off the dome. I think I like that more than half the stuff WWE's been doing already. Right, let me catch up a little bit. Space Tech's knocking about. Always good to see you, Space Techs. I think the actual reason for age verification is they want a customer base with expendable income. Space Techs, that's a really good shout. Unless I've missed it, I've not actually seen anyone give that shout yet. That's a really good thought. I didn't even think about that. Jesus, let me unpack that properly a little bit. So you reckon this whole age verification thing would actually be a benefit to Rockstar? Because obviously if you can prove your age, or if you've got age verification, that means you've got funds, that means you've got a bank account to actually like buy shark cards, to buy microtransactions. That's a really interesting thought. And it brings up something as well that I keep seeing some comments from some people on social media. And look, I understand the comment to agree, but it doesn't mean that I agree with it. Oh, sorry. No, let me restructure that because I said it like an absolute dick brain. I understand the sentiment to a degree, but it doesn't mean that I agree with it. A lot of people, in reply to this news around GTA possibly kicking out all the kids, are saying that, oh, well, this is a good thing because now the lobbies aren't going to be full of little dweebs that are 14, 15, 16 years old and are just griefing people. Well, to a degree, I suppose that's something. But if those dweebs aren't able to get online, the other half of the dweebs will. And YouTube just crashed. Of course it has. And of course I'm going to forget what I'm talking about. Someone remind me what I'm talking about in a sec. Because you know what I'm like. You know I'm going to forget. You know I'm going to forget. Oh, we still talk about dweebs. That's fine, right? YouTube's back up. So half the dweebs are going to be online anyway. So you're still going to get griefers. You're still going to get young griefers. But the funny thing about this for me, again, is this conversation of, is this going to affect the price of Grand Theft Auto 6, right? again, if Rockstar or Take-Two see this as this age verification thing is seriously going to screw us over, we are going to lose a lot of people who aren't over the age of 18. We are going to have to put the price up to cover it. All those people that are going on social media, on Twitter right now and Reddit, saying, oh, it's good because it gets all the griefers out, they're all going to be mourning, aren't they? If it turns out this whole age verification thing is going to affect the price, that's when it all switches. Oh, we're a load of bullshit. Oh, this is bollocks. No, this isn't good enough. No. Yeah, I get, yeah. Oh, two sides of the coin. No, look, I'm not really looking at them up because, again, I don't play open world lobbies. I play solo lobbies anyway, so that whole griefer thing doesn't really affect me. My biggest issue around it, all of it, and I'll keep saying it time and time again, I'm going to keep saying this until I'm blue in the goddamn mask. I don't understand how, if the entire franchise is 18 rated, the whole Grand Theft Auto franchise is 18 rated, if Microsoft and the PlayStation Store are going to allow you to buy this game, or if you have to verify your age before you buy the game, I'm kind of okay with that because it's an 18 rated game. Of course they want age verification, right? As long as they're not asking for passport details or they're not asking for national insurance numbers, it's not the end of the world for me. My biggest issue is if you then buy the game and you can play story mode and you can access story mode and you can get a prosy in the back seat and you can get amongst some hot coffee, but then you want to go online and you need to verify your age again because you want to access the mobile features or you want to access the latest DLC or something, whatever. That to me does not make any sense at all. If you go into if you need age verification when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, it should be a full blanket thing. It should be before you buy the game, you need to verify that the person that is buying it is over 18. So either they obviously consent for themselves, or if they're buying it for someone under the age of 18, they are consenting for that person, and that's it. That should be it. Case closed, cut and dry. Anything else, any other online features, GTA Online in general, we shouldn't need added age restriction. That's just my personal opinion. And again, that's coming from someone, I've said this time and time again on this live stream, that is coming from someone who doesn't have 2 brain cells. That is coming from someone who is a thicko. I don't understand half the stuff that's going on. And I've just seen that Game Roll's knocking about. Game Roll, good to see you, big cheese. I've seen you on Twitter. Game Roll knows more about this than I do. So if you want to drop in, for a hot minute and you want to give me a bit of advice in regards to this whole age restriction thing, that's absolutely fine. Again, to be honest, when it comes to 104.5 tonight, we're obviously talking about this Test 2 tweet. We're obviously talking about this whole age restriction thing when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, and I'm trying to get as many opinions as possible. I'm trying to see where people are sort of sat with this age verification thing at the moment, because again, there are so many people that are just sat there and going, well, it doesn't really affect me because I'm over 18. Well, it affects you when you're being asked, when you try and play GT Online and you're being asked to verify your age. That's how it affects you. Because my question is, at the moment, we're not going to know how they're going to want verification. There's a thing in this code that says something like scan the QR code. But what's that going to do? If you scan the QR code, is that going to take you to Rockstar's website? And you're going to have to verify your age on Rockstar's website? Because again, that brings us round full circle. That brings me back to my original point in the beginning. If I've already verified my fucking age when I bought the game, why have I got to go to Rockstar and verify my age again? It just, to me, it sounds ridiculous. And the biggest thing that really pisses me off is the fact that they plaster it and they promote it as, oh, it's child protection, it's for the kids. No, it's not. It's not for the kids. None of this child protection stuff's for the kids. The UK child protection stuff isn't for the kids. It's a load of bollocks. Oh, man. Ugh. You could clearly see why MCT just doesn't talk politics. There's no winner when it comes to politics. Everyone just gets pissed off because everything's negative. That's it, cut and dry. That's it, cut and dry. Cool Water, the age verification is going to reduce the income. They haven't thought this through. The thing is, Cool Water, though, it's not Rockstar's fault. Like, this isn't... I thoroughly believe that this isn't Rockstar doing this to jump on the bandwagon. This is Rockstar being told by the UK government, look, we're implementing this age restriction thing. And whether you like it or not, it's coming. So you're going to have to implement it. and now code's been found by Tez 2. So I feel as though not just Rockstar, I feel like a lot of these gaming companies are going to get a heads up and are going to get told from their respected governments, from people in power, that this age restriction thing is going to get worse. We're seeing it in 2025. We are seeing, this week's obviously been a big one. And even someone who doesn't involve themselves in politics and bullshit, I'm seeing it from afar. I'm seeing this constantly ramp up. And it's shit. But again, the worst thing for me is the fact that they treat it as though, oh, it's child protection. You can't sit there and say child protection whilst you are tweeting something out. Keir Starmer, I am assuming, has a Twitter account. In fact, we can sort this out right now. Let's go on Twitter and let's find him, a little pig fuck. Where is he? How do you spell that weasel's name? There he is. Keir Starmer Twitter account, of course. So Keir Starmer in one breath is sat there saying, oh, this is all for the kids. Meanwhile, he's got a Twitter account. Twitter is the biggest cesspool on social media. If a 10-year-old can access Twitter on their phone, nothing's restricted. It's a lot of bollocks, man. Don't come to me with that stupid shit. I'm not about it. I'm not about it. RP Ghost, remember how hard Rockstar went at the governors in USA when they first launched? This could be payback. RP Ghost, I don't really know what you're talking about there. I'm quite interested in that. What do you mean? Cool Water, the age verification should only occur at the point of sale. Yes, my G. Those rules already apply in the US. Get stricter at the point of sale. Let the parents do the rest along with parental controls and devices. I think that's what a lot of people are saying. Cool. I think that's what a lot of people are agreeing with right now. I've just seen GTA Infinity's knocking about. Always good to see you, GTA Infinity. Jay Sanders, this is PMRC all over again, which gets into censorship, explicit lyrics, etc. Turns out when you record, got the explicit lyrics label, it's outsold records without it. Hold on, Jay. Let me read this again. PMRC. I don't know what PMRC stands for. It turns out when you record, if you've got explicit lyrics, if you've got the explicit lyric labels, it outsells records without it. Really? What, on things like Spotify? So if it's got the E, because I know what you're on about, when it comes to, when you're listening to a song, it's got an E symbol in it, hasn't it, for explicit lyrics. So you're saying if a song has got that E label on it, that makes more revenue than a song without it? Is that true? I thought it'd be the other way around, because I know that YouTube hold on a minute. No, that's wrong. I was going to say, is it right in saying you can make more money off child-friendly content on YouTube than you can do? Because again, I know that they've changed it recently, but for years, whilst I've been a content creator on YouTube, anytime I swear heavily, I've got to mute that out like a bitch, or else I get restricted in regards to adverts and all this other stuff. But I didn't know that about music. That's interesting. X-Service. Oh, we also going to talk about the tweet about GTA releasing in September. X-Service, brother. We did talk about that on the last live stream. What are we on Friday now? Wednesday. We talked about it all Wednesday. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, X-Service, you can do. But look, oi, if you want to bring it up, I'm happy to talk about it again. I didn't believe the source because when... Saying that, when did we put our video up about it? When did we put our video up about it? Because we're on Friday today. So we put our video up about it yesterday. Oh, no. It was a video yesterday. So it weren't the Wednesday live stream. Oh, Jesus, X-Service. You've got me in my bag now. What was Wednesday's live stream about? 2 seconds. I'm going to have to find this out here. Where are we? Where is he? Old MCT. What was the live stream on Wednesday about? 2 secs, team. He's really got me in the bag here. Oh, yeah, no, we were talking about it. We were talking about it, but we weren't talking about the fact they deleted the tweet. Yeah, that was it. That's what threw me. So, Wednesday, we were talking about this whole leaked information from, what was it, Milliamand, that had got the Wolverine game. She'd called the Wolverine game before it got announced, and she also called, or they called, I don't know if it's a he or a she. They'd also called the PlayStation Showcase was coming before it got announced. So they had a bit of a track record, but apparently they also got some things wrong. And they'd basically said that they'd heard that there were internal talks that possibly GTA 6 could slip to September. But we did a video yesterday covering it, where they have now deleted that tweet. This Million person has deleted the entire tweet. They've not retracted it. They've not put out another tweet and gone, look, this tweet blew up more than I thought. The reality is what I've heard isn't exactly what I thought it was. They've not done anything like that. They've took the tweet down and they've just put up a new tweet and it's a meme of Chris Rock about to get slapped. That's literally it. So no one knows what's going on. So I don't believe the source, but we had a big chat about it on Wednesday, basically saying, look, just because the source is wrong doesn't mean that this game can't get delayed. There's still a big chance that GTA 6 will get delayed. I'm always going to say this. Just because Rockstar Games have got a track record of getting games out after they announce the date doesn't mean jack shit. A game gets delayed because the game isn't where it needs to be. If Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to be the biggest game of the generation and Rockstar aren't happy with this game when it comes to the back end of this year, they will internally greenlight another delay. So we can sit here and we can speak about, oh, Rockstar's got a good track record. Once they announce a delay, you know, once they announce a date, it doesn't get delayed again. Yeah, that's great. That doesn't mean that it won't get delayed. It's mad to even think that. GTA Infinity, what did I miss? Well, you're an hour into the stream, brother. So you missed quite a lot. Nah, GTA Infinity, to be honest, we've just been getting amongst it with the friend brothers, just asking questions on what people are thinking in regards to this whole age restriction thing. And we obviously mentioned the TES 2 tweet. We will do a video on it tomorrow. And we're going to go over this TES 2 thing and how it's going to impact Rockstar, how it's going to impact GTA going forward. But again, I would like an answer to what people are thinking in regards to the price. Do you think that Rockstar and Take the Piss Interactive are going to put the price up? Is this... You know what? Holy shit. Hold on a minute, J-Dog. Just pause it with the music set because I've just thought of something in the grey matter. Oh my god, this is going to scare a lot of people. Right. If you don't want to be scared right now in regards to Grand Theft Auto 6, I'd recommend stopping the stream right now, brother. Because I've just come across a massive conspiracy in my own head. Right? Bear with me. So, it was a dark night. No, I'm only joking. So, look. If Rockstar are going to implement this age restriction thing before the year is out, so let's say they implement the age restriction thing on GTA Online in the next 2, 3, 4 months, basically before the end of the year, right? Is that going to give them a rough number of people and traffic that they are going to lose when it comes to GTA 6 Online? Is the reason that TES 2 has found this information through data mining, which I'm assuming it was him that found it, is the reason they found it now is because they are gearing it up because they are planning to basically bring it out this year, and that gives them an idea of the amount of people who aren't over 18 that can't prove their ID for GTA 6. And if it's a serious number, if it's a drastic number, if it's a drastic plummet in traffic on the GTA servers, is there a chance that they're going to look at that and go, right, okay, we put in the age restriction thing in GTA 5 Online, it tanked. When it comes to GTA 6, we have to recuperate the money that we're going to lose from those people not playing, not buying shark cards, especially when it comes to Christmas. So they're going to put the price up. Is there a chance that this is actually going to affect the price? Shit. That's a big old conspiracy theory that I've just thought of. That's a big old conspiracy theory that I've just dumped on you right now. I hope that's not the truth. I'm going to say something else as well, just before we go to a break. Oh, shit. I'm assuming someone's thought about this at some point today, right? What if... Oh, shit. Right, okay. What if GTA 6 was supposed to be coming out at the end of this year? It was supposed to be coming out at the end of this year. Rockstar had been told by the UK government 2 months into the year, February time, January, February time, whatever. Towards like the middle to the back end of the year, we're going to be ramping up this age restriction thing, and we are going to need you to implement it when it comes to Grand Theft Auto Online, because you've got an 18 rated video game and we want to protect the kids. Bollocks. Oh my good God. What if the UK government said that to Rockstar, and Rockstar, and wait for it, because this is really going to be a juicy conspiracy theory. What if Rockstar then delayed the game to May because of what I just said 5 minutes ago? What if they delayed the game to May because they had to implement this age restriction thing, and they needed to see how the age restriction was going to affect people, because Christmas time is a big number, is a big day on the calendar for Rockstar Games, because there's a 2-week period where a lot of people under the age of 18 aren't just off school, aren't just off education, but they've also got cash on the hip, they've also got Christmas money, and a lot of it does get put into GT Online, a lot of it does get bought with things like shark cards. What if Rockstar had been given the heads up from the UK government, and Rockstar were like, right, okay, well, we can't implement this age restriction thing, and then we drop goddamn GTA 6 Online before the year's out, and our numbers plummet. So they delayed GTA 6 to May, and this now gives them a strong, the best part of 9 months to see how the numbers handle this age restriction thing. I'm going to leave you with that. You're going to give me 60 seconds. I'm going to go and refill the H2O, and I think I've just made myself sick when it comes to that conspiracy theory. Give me 60 seconds, team, and we will be right back.
The video game of the year.
Roger that, Bravo Sierra. We've got some insurgents killing orphans, and they've got some nerve toxin and a nuke and a random flashback level in which JFK and Castro duke it out on the moon.
Righteous Slaughter 7.
Copy that, Red Leader. Call in the airstrike.
Righteous Slaughter 7. The realistic art of contemporary killing.
How do you kill?
Rated PG. Pretty much the same as the last game.
On that journey to the top, you probably had to make a few sacrifices, including long-term friendships. But in Los Santos, perception is everything, and anything can be bought. You need to make a splash at social occasions and fill your fancy new house with tons of friends. If it's a glamorous occasion, we'll provide models and movie stars. If it's a business function, we'll bring along oligarchs and senior executives. Perhaps you want something a little funkier. We've got Mirror Park hipsters for hire, so you can slip on your skinny jeans and show your alternative side. People of different ethnicities and sexual preferences will mingle and make you look good instead of the desperate, close-minded guy you are. Call Appropriate Associates today.
Right. Let's get amongst it. J-Dog, do your thing. Do your thing, brother. There we go. Right, okay, what we're saying, Jay Sanders, this is all bullshit. Trust me, we've been through this before with music. It will be bumpy, but the support against it will be loud and varied across all of us. I mean, Jay, look, fair enough. Again, by the sounds of it, you know a hell of a lot more of it than I do. With the whole music thing, I didn't know half the stuff when it came to that explicit shit that you said. I just feel as though we're not going to be able to... Look, we can kick and scream and we can fight against it all we want, but I think the reality is the UK government, the majority of the entire people that run the West, when it comes to the UK and America, and most of Europe especially, I think a lot of this bullshit, this whole child protection shit, is just going to be that. It's going to be labelled as child protection, it's going to be plastered as child protection, and they're basically going to say, oh, you're supporting creepy bastards on the internet if you don't support child protection, and that's how they're going to get away. That's how they're going to get away with all this stuff. Hi, Mars Online. That may be possible. However, I'm going to buy it regardless, so I don't even think about stuff like that. There's no point. See, that this is the thing, right? Realistically, when it comes down to it, there's going to be a lot of people that share that exact same thinking. Hi, Mars, and to a certain degree, I kind of share the same feeling, maybe not to the same degree, but a lot of people are going to be sat there going, look, I'm over 18, who cares? If they want to verify my age, who cares? I said it before at the start of the stream, if you talk to me about this stuff, I am the geezer that will sit there and go, well, who cares if they're listening, if the government's listening to us through my phone and through Alexa? Who cares if they're spying on us? Nice. Shout out Keir Storm, what's going on, you fat bitch? You know, who cares if they're watching us through the TV, if they're watching us through my phone? Like, who gives a shit? I'm the most boring bastard you've ever known. I'm at home chilling. They can spy on me if they want. I couldn't care. I'm not a danger to anyone. That's my mentality around it. But, you know, unfortunately, I think a lot of us do also see it from the other side of the fence, whereas this is, I feel dirty. I feel grubby. Like, now, you know, again, like I said, I've not been asked for age verification yet when it comes to Spotify, but apparently that's coming. So I'm now going to have to verify my age on every single thing I do on the internet. And the thing is, it's not going to be a one-time thing. If they're going to want age verification when it comes to things like Spotify and YouTube, when it comes to accessing all forms of media, they are going to keep wanting age verification time and time again. It might be like years and years down the line, but they're going to keep wanting it constantly, and it's going to keep regurgitating itself, and it's just going to get worse and worse, and it's going to ramp up and ramp up. And eventually it is going to get to the point where it is going to affect you. And there's a chance that maybe we're all going to be sat there in like 10 years time and going, oh shit. Yeah, I weren't bothered about this 10 years ago. Now I am. Like, it just, again, say it time and time again. This is why I don't talk politics. Because none of us win. None of us win. I'm just reading through the chat and it sounds like everyone's agreeing with what I'm saying at the moment. That horrible conspiracy theory that I just came with, where the whole reason GTA 6 has been delayed is because of this age verification thing, so they can test out if the numbers plummet. Oh shit. Don't. No. No, please don't give me. Don't let me believe that that's correct. I can't. You can't genuinely give me the gas to make me believe what I've just said, right? I said it purely because it was a disgusting conspiracy theory. I'm not having that at all. I can't. Cavis Luckman, and Rockstar delegates the liability to the UK government if the investors shit on them. Oh, let me say it again. And Rockstar delegates the liability to the UK government if the investors shit on them. Yeah, but Cavish, what would the implementation, if that's the right term to use, what would the effect be on the UK government if Rockstar delegates the liability to the UK government because the investors are going to shit on them? What, Rockstar are just, what, are you basically saying that Rockstar are going to blame the UK government? The UK government aren't going to be bothered. Do you honestly think Keir Starmer is going to give a fat shit if Rockstar Games says, unfortunately, because of the UK government, instead of pricing Grand Theft Auto 6 at $80, we're now going to have to price it at $90 or $95 because the reality is we are going to lose a lot of numbers of people? UK government are going to look at that and go, all right, next topic, what's on the agenda today? You know what I mean? Cal, MCT, I want to thank you for helping me keep calm. Cal, oi, brother, this is the one time where I want you to lose it. Just go off on one, Cal. Go off on one, brother. Seriously, just, oi, grab that Cincimito, couple of decent shots, and just honestly go in on it. Why not? I am giving you the green light, brother. If there's ever a time to go nuts when it comes to the UK government, I am giving you free reign. I am giving you permission tonight on this Friday on 104.5 Radio MCT. It's the first of the month, Cal. You son of a bitch. Let's start this month off right. I want you to bury Keir Starmer for me right now. I mean, oi, watch how you go, because Keir's in this chat, because he's spying on us all. Shout out Keir Starmer. What's going on, Keir? You piece of shit. But you got free reign, brother. If you want to go for it, you go for it. Oh my god, Peter Kyle actually genuinely said that you're supporting PDF files if you were against it. Yeah, Kyle, I saw, yeah. What was it? Was it a tweet against Nigel Farage? I can't remember. MCT, you're saying who cares that they're watching us is what genuinely keeps me calm and is why I haven't been ranting and raving. Ah, right, I see. Fair enough. Look, Cal, this is how I see the whole spy Big Brother thing in a nutshell, right? I'm not a danger to anyone. I'm not on the dark web. I'm not searching for things I shouldn't be searching for. So I see it as, if I'm getting spied on, who gives a fat shit, right? I'm not joking. I think I've got about 200 quid in my bank account right now. If someone wants to hack me and rob me for 200 quid, go nuts. Enjoy 2 weeks worth of Mackies. That's literally it. That's the reality over here. Now, I know that people are different. I know that people have got more to lose. I understand that completely. But I'm literally the guy that is so just... I see it as there's no point... Well, at least for me, I know that people are different, but in my terms, I don't let myself get stressed out when it comes to politics and the whole spy, Big Brother thing. Because they've been doing it for years. They've been doing this for years. There've been cameras in ATMs for years. People knew about it and we all complained about it. And then guess what? We still used them. We still got on with it. This is the thing. So many people will sit there and they'll complain about something. And then in 2 weeks' time, when it's not the flavour of the month, they'll go and do the thing that they complained about. They're spying on us through ATMs. They're spying on us through the phones. Mobile phones are the most used and pushed product in the world next to medicine. Well, behind medicine. Obviously, medicine's the number one. Big pharma. But technology and mobile phones are pushed to the absolute tilt. If you don't have a mobile phone now, if you don't have a smartphone now, you will be promoted and pushed to smartphone constantly. And a conspiracy theorist would say, oh, well, it's because they want to spy on you. They want to spy on you with the front-facing camera. You know what that conspiracy theorist will say? They'll say that with the phone in the back pocket. And this is the issue. We all sit here and we all love to be conspiracy theorists. I love being a conspiracy theorist. I'm fully convinced that they're spying on us. I'm fully convinced that they've got access to your camera without you knowing about it. But I don't know why. I've just always been that kind of way where I'm just like, right, who gives a shit? Keir Starmer can look at me one-handed. Great. You know? Obviously, the other issue is, which we're not going to get into at all, the other issue is, well, you know, underage kids have got mobile phones and all this other stuff. Again, that's a completely other conversation. Not for another time. That's a completely another conversation for another channel. We are a gaming channel over here, right? This is why we don't get into stuff like this. This is why we don't get into politics. But unfortunately, it does look like we are being brought into it, like I said before, like magnetic bastards, because it is now going to start affecting Rockstar Games, and it's going to start affecting gaming, and it's going to eventually affect Grand Theft Auto. So, because we're a gaming channel, because 104.5 Radio MCT for the Friend Brothers and the Mother Lovers, because we hover around Grand Theft Auto, we now have to talk about the stupid shit. And it just fucking winds me up. Because again, I will say it time and time again, no one's a winner in politics. No one is a winner in politics. You all come in with an agenda, you all walk out with the exact same agenda. No one in the history of politics or a political conversation has ever walked in with an agenda and gone out thinking, you know what, I was wrong. You just double down on what you were thinking of when you first went in there. Visig, cheer me up. Give me some positivity, brother. MCT, I won't be surprised if this age verification thing turns into something constant and sometimes annoying, like CAPTCHA. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, this age verification thing, this is only the beginning of it. And again, this is coming from someone who, you know, loves a good conspiracy theory and isn't really into that much politics. But I'm without a shadow of a doubt, this age verification thing. This is only just the beginning. It's gonna get so much worse. And I feel as though we can fight against it as much as we want, and we can, you know, put signatures on dockets as much as we want. And unfortunately, my grey matter is shouting at me, saying, eventually they are gonna get what they want. The politicians, the big wigs, the fat cats, all of them. They are gonna get what they want regardless. Now, this isn't MCT saying, well, don't put up a fight. This isn't MCT saying, well, swallow it and just be a good little bitch. Fight against it. If you don't agree with it, fight against it. Speak up against it. Of course, voice your opinion. Sign these things if you want to sign them. Hopefully, I hope it works. I truly hope it works. Ghost with a 2. Appreciate you, Ghost. Ken, tell him what time it is.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, Ghost MMA with the 2. Do you like naan bread, lad? I like naan bread when it's spelt correctly, Ghost. I like naan bread when it's spelt without the hard R. But yeah, don't mind a good naan bread. Dragonfly's knocking boots. Always good to see you, Dragonfly. Hello, a bit late, but here now. Hope you're doing well, MCT. Dragonfly, it's better now that we've seen you, good brother. Unfortunately, we are talking about politics, but bleh. You know what I mean? Purple Cash. Cyberboy made the good point of that it pushes children towards VPNs and possibly to for browsers to get around these restrictions. Yeah, again, Purple Cash, that's a really good point to make. If you, again, I shamelessly plugged in before Cyberboy. If you go ahead and check out Cyberboy's second channel, Cyber Waffle, which by the way is absolutely flying at the moment. Some of those videos he's doing are doing big numbers. But yeah, Cyberboy's been making really good points on this for the past week. Unfortunately, the UK government are implementing this age restriction thing, but they are just pushing people to darker corners of the internet. There are people now, unfortunately, kids now, who want to look at the really dark stuff on the internet. Like, there's a word that I can't say, but it's when you are no longer existing, if that makes sense. And no one dropped that in the chat, by the way, because I don't think Google or YouTube will actually put it up, so there's no point saying it. But dark stuff like that, obviously you've always got people searching for corn 24/7. You're always going to get stuff like that. And this age verification thing isn't going to put a dead stopper into that. If you at a certain age are going to want to try and get onto these things, if you at a certain age are going to want to try and play Grand Theft Auto, if you can't get around it the logical way, you are going to try and find a darker way of doing it. You are going to try and find an illegal way of doing it. Because that's what humanity is in a nutshell. Humanity in a nutshell is someone wants to do something, and if we get told we can't do it, we want to do it 10 times more. Convince me right now that if I told you Grand Theft Auto 6 is getting delayed to September and you can't play it till September, but illegally I can give you a code. The game's completely finished. Let's say the game is completely finished now, but Rockstar Games have been told by the UK government, you can't release this finished game in May. You've got to release it in September because we've said so. If I told you that I can get you a code illegally to play GTA 6 for free, not for free, but just in general in May instead of September, of course you are going to want that code, whether it's illegal or not. And that's unfortunately what this whole age restriction thing's going to end up doing. It's just going to push, especially people a lot younger. It is going to push them to try and do what they want to do in illegal means. And it's so backwards. But again, oi, Keir Starmer says that this is all child protection. I meant, again, oi, all these government leaders, all these head of the tables, they're all saying it's for the kids. What a load of bollocks. What a load of absolute bullshit. Again, I keep saying this. That's my biggest issue of all this right now. They're structuring it around child protection, and it's the biggest load of horse shit you'll ever come across. It's got nothing to do with child protection at all. It's got nothing to do with it. Cool Water with a 5. Can't say thank you enough, Cool Water. Ken, get off your arse and tell him what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! Appreciate you, big cheese. Oh shit, hold on a minute. The Queen's coming in. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh shit, hold on a minute. Queen's bringing something in here. What have we got? What have you ordered? What have you ordered? You don't want to talk? Quiet as shit. What have you ordered here? Chips and a fat old shake. Oh my god. Oh, did you get a kebab? Or did you get a pizza? What did you get? This isn't Indian. You got some chips. She's ordered just chips and milkshake. Unbelievable. You know what? She's on strict instructions to never step foot in the studio unless it's an emergency. And clearly, the Queen has felt peckish and she's ordered herself a portion of chips and got MCT and milkshake as she's doing it. Oh, it must be love. It must be love. Right, Cool Water, you know what? Ken, we're sharing some chips. Tell him again.
It's showtime!
Oh! You'll love to see it. Right, Cool Water with a 5. Appreciate you, big cheese. The internet will no longer be an anonymous space. They will be tracking you every step of the way. Stay on your what? Stay on your P's and Q's, big brother is watching now. Cool Water, I completely agree. I agree with a lot of things you say, Cool Water. You make a lot of sense. And I'll double down on that by saying not only is this happening now, this has been happening for years. This is the funniest thing with some replies that you see on things like social media. Should we is the music all right, by the way? Should I turn the music down a little bit? I feel like it's a little bit loud. I mean, that's quiet for me, but I've got... Tell me if I need to turn the music... Do I need to turn the music down? Let me know in the chat. I might need to turn it down just a little bit because it's coming through a little loud in my headphones. But it's funny when you see all these people on social media acting as though this is a brand new thing. Like, oh my God, I'm getting my liberties taken the piss out of. Oh my God, they're restricting me. This has been happening for years. This has literally been happening for years. Not the age restriction thing getting ramped up. I'm talking about the access to the internet is becoming more and more monitored. Oh God, them chips are good. The amount of things that you can do, like your freedom is constantly getting limited. Every single day. Half the time you don't even realize. And now people are, I was going to say now people are starting to wake up, but the reality is I don't think they are. I think more people are just getting more annoyed by it because it's becoming more obvious what they're doing. Again, I don't think that people are that thick. I don't think people are that thick to the point where they don't understand that this has been happening for years. I think people are just more vocal about how annoyed that they're becoming about it because it's getting worse. It's getting so much worse. Oh my God, these chips. You can't beat chips on a Friday. You can't beat chips on a Friday. I don't care what you say. Oh dear me. Right, let's have a gander here. RP goes, it's true. Oh shit, I'm trying to read. And chat's going away. RP goes, it's true, you speak facts. I'm assuming he's talking to Coolwater. What you could say is that the internet has peaked, and it's all downhill from here. Oh, Coolwater, do I agree with that? Chat, do we agree with that? Has the internet peaked? I really... Sorry, team. I'm sipping back on this milkshake right now. I think it's a shame. Sorry, this is rude. I mean, I'm eating these chips. I'll stop. Oh my God. Right. I think it's a shame if we are sat here today, Coolwater, in 2025 saying that the internet has peaked. Because the internet... The potential the internet has is the potential to be the greatest thing that we have ever created. It connects everyone from all walks of society. It connects everyone from all corners of the globe, right? Again, you take it, right? I was doing a podcast. Wait, did we do it live? Were we live? We were. Me and Project Vice did a live podcast. I think it was either 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. I can't remember when we did it. It was recent. And I remember coming off that podcast thinking, holy shit, I have just literally sat there with a geezer for over 2 hours talking about Grand Theft Auto. And he's in Australia. He's on literally the other side of the world. If I wanted to go and see him face to face, it would take me longer. Jesus Christ. It would take me longer than a day to travel to him. Using the most modern of technology, right? I was speaking to him like he was literally in the same room as me, and we take it for granted. The internet is absolutely ridiculous, but unfortunately, it was always going to have its downfalls. And the biggest issue that we've got right now with the internet is the people that are trying to police it, the government that are trying to limit us on it. That's the biggest issue. The biggest issue isn't Rockstar Games. It's the government. And it's these fat fucking pricks like Keir Starmer and Donald Trump. And if you support them, more power to you. That are sat there going, oh, no, we don't want kids playing Grand Theft Auto. Keir, shut up, you fucking waste man. Shut up. You aren't doing this for the kids. You're doing it because you're a bumhole. Oh, dear me. Dragonfly, this whole child protection faff is absolute bollocks, as you British say. Good lad. I've had more to gain from playing Grand Theft Auto while underage than any other game or TV series I turned out well, I guess. Dragonfly, you make a good point, and I'm going to ask a question to the chat. And I think I kind of know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Chat, do we believe that Grand Theft Auto, video games in general, violent video games, are a serious conversation to be having around children. Do we honestly think that kids should not be able to play violent video games? And when I say violent video games, I mean Grand Theft Auto. And I'm not talking about getting a hooker in your car and having some hot coffee. I'm talking about the violence where you can go on the street and you can kill someone and you can get away scot-free. That's a violent video game. Is that a genuine conversation that we need to have? Because my mentality has always been around it. It's a very selfish mentality. It's... Look, I want your answers in the chat, but I'm going to give my 2 shakes on it. My mentality has always been, I've played Grand Theft Auto like a lot of us have. I've played Grand Theft Auto games since, like I said before, what did I say before, 11? I'm thinking that might have been a bit early. I might have been playing Vice City when I was like 9 or 10 or something. So I've been playing Grand Theft Auto at an early age, like a lot of us have done. Now, I don't know about anyone in this chat. I can't speak for the Friend Brothers personally, but I can speak for me personally. I'm not a violent person. Never committed a crime. No, I'm not, but I've played Grand Theft Auto to the tilt religiously. Now, the argument that a big wig in politics would make is, oh, well, people who've got things like ADHD and people who've got disorders who, you know, can't control the temper, we can't have them playing video games, right? So what happens when they turn 18 years old? All of a sudden now it's everything's off the table and they can play as much as they want to. If you are going to have violent I'm going off the deep end with this now, and someone needs to bring me back in. But surely if you've got violent tendencies, yes, the video gamers are going to help you, but just rating that video game as 18 isn't going to help them, because eventually they're going to play it when they're older anyway. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to insult someone. Again, like I said before, time and time again, MCT doesn't have 2 brain cells struck together, so I don't know when it comes to stupid shit. But it's just, it is annoying to see when you see all these government types sat there going, oh, we want to protect children from violent video games. But yet, children can literally access Twitter. They can access free corn. So many kids right now can access corn on the internet without barely searching for it. Someone made a really good point, and I can't remember what it was, and I'm going back a fair few years ago in chat. I'll come back to chat in just a sec, but I'm on the roll here now. Let me just get this off my chest. I can't remember who said it, but there was a clip going around a couple of years ago, and it was a guy on a podcast. It was this geezer on a podcast, and he said, do you realize that a 7-year-old boy now has access to see the most beautiful women in the world topless, uncovered, and performing sexual acts to all manner of men? And he has access to that at his fingertips, whereas the richest king 200-300 years ago didn't have that access at all. And I just butchered the whole comment, but the point still stands. Kids nowadays can access this stuff. So why the hell are you making an issue out of violent video games? When Keir Starmer has got a Twitter account, and we all know that kids can access corn on Twitter, and he's making bullshit rules like this. Again, I'll say it time and time again. This is why I don't talk politics. I'm just not the politics guy. Oh my god, these chips. Right. Jay, what we saying? That's a parent's job to parent, not ours, not the government, not some talk show shrink. Jay, I see a lot of people making that comment today. Oh, it's the parent's job to parent, not ours, not the government, not some talk show shrink. Yeah, I 100% agree. And I can't speak on parenting because I don't have kids. I'm not really around a lot of people who have kids, so I really don't know. But I just always use it as, well, I'm always going to come off my own experience. And my own experience is me and the boys, me and the group of best mates that I have, we all got brought up on GTA together. We were all at each other's house playing Grand Theft Auto and playing other violent games like Call of Duty. We all turned out fine. None of us are booking a one-way flight to Miami and getting a chainsaw because we were playing Vice City when we were kids. I don't get it. But again, Karen or Kyle will always pull me up and say, oh, well, it's all right for you because you don't have, you don't have violent tendencies and you don't have this and you don't have that. But they're having different conversations. Level 1. Real talk. Good to see level 1. Despite everything, who's pre-ordering and buying T-Top Draw version? Oh, what, in regards to Grand Theft Auto 6? Yeah, I'll hold my hands up for that. Level 1. I've said this time and time again, I am getting... if there's a collector's edition, I want to get that. I just... You never... I always make this point. You are never going to be able to buy Grand Theft Auto 6 again for the first time. That's it. You're never going to be able to buy the game for the first time ever again. You're never going to be able to experience the game for the first time ever again. So if you've got the money to buy the most expensive version, that's what you want to do, go and do it. Go and do it. Because again, none of us in this chat right now, unless someone's not played GTA 5, which I highly doubt, none of us in this chat can go and buy Grand Theft Auto 5 for the first time again. None of us can go back and relive a midnight release for Grand Theft Auto 5 again. Oh man, they were good times. They were good times. Carl, I've got ADHD and autism and I've played GTA before I was 18 years old. I've not done anything wrong in my life, crime-wise. Well, there we go, Carl. There we go. We're ticking the win column. RP goes, it's a new verse, so we will have to wait and see if it reaches the courts this time around. They tried to do it for 5. 5 Sig, MCT, I'd let my kids play if I were a dad. I think none of us who did become killers. It's all about education from the parents. If the kids turn out to be bad, then games are the last thing to blame. Look, Viceg, you make a really good point, and I'm just gonna quickly come back to what I was saying, because I feel as though sometimes when people talk about this, it comes across like a little bit ignorant. It comes off a little bit arrogant, like, oh, I don't have ADHD, I don't have autism, so I was fine when I was playing Grand Theft Auto. And I'm not trying to ignore those people. The only point that I'm making is from afar, from a distance, from someone from a distance looking in, from someone outside the tent looking in. I see it as, if someone does have violent tendencies, a video game did not make that happen. If you want to block someone from playing a video game under the age of 18 because you want to restrict them from seeing someone shafting a hooker in the car, I completely understand that. But when it comes to the violence aspect of things, what video game nowadays that is being pushed to kids isn't violent? You can sit there all you want and say, oh, Fortnite doesn't show blood. Fortnite is still a game where you are shooting people. That is pushed to the tilt to kids. Oh, but Fortnite's not a violent game. Right, okay, so where's the line in the sand then? It's, if I'm being completely honest, team, this is a really difficult conversation for MCT to have because I don't have kids. I'm not around a lot of people that have kids. The only experience that I've got is from me and the other people that I grew up around, and none of us, I can proudly say none of us are violent people, ever had issues with violence or anything like that, and we all grew up playing these games. That's the only evidence that I've got. That's the only experience that I've got around this. So it is a difficult conversation for me to have, because if you're going to start age restricting Grand Theft Auto and you're going to plaster it as, oh, well, it's for the kids, I just see that as, well, that's a load of bullshit. Because if you really were putting the kids first, you would put a stopper on Twitter. You're going to stop people, you're going to stop kids playing games that are 18 rated, but people can still get around the age verification of Twitter and they can still watch corn. And people getting beheaded on Twitter like it's nothing. But no, we don't have them conversations. Keir Starmer doesn't have them conversations because he's got a Twitter account. Piece of shit. Cool Water, getting back on my positivity tip with the 5. Appreciate you, brother. Ken, tell him what time it is while I sit back on this milkshake.
It's showtime!
Oh, shit, that's good. My bro was 4 years old for GTA 3. I wouldn't let him in the room. My kids won't play mature games until they're old enough to buy it. That's protecting kids. See, again, Cool Water. I'm glad that you've said that because I don't have kids. So that's conversations and that's mentality that selfishly, I don't need to have. But it's good to know that that's how you're thinking, because again, look, the reality is Cool Water could sit there and not protect his kids. And I was going to make the statement and saying they could get a hold of GTA 6, but how would you nowadays? If Cool Water is parenting his kids, how would they be able to get hold of Grand Theft Auto 6 in today's modern age? They wouldn't be able to, right? Same with GTA Online now. Am I wrong in saying that? Like, in today's modern society, where is a kid gonna get $70-80 from that the parents don't know about? And they'll have to physically go and buy a physical copy of the game and put it in the console and play it when mum and dad's not around. I think the reality is the majority of, if not 99 out of 100% of people who are under the age of 18 that are playing Grand Theft Auto have got consent from their parents. So what are we doing? If they've got consent, that should be it, surely. Surely. Dragonfly, MCT can confirm, I know Vice Sig for over 10 years. We helped each other during bad moments, had great laughs. My longest laughter session was with him and the boys. Oh, Dragonfly. That's good to hear, brother. That's good to hear. I like that positivity. Crossfire Gaming, if someone has violent tendencies, a game won't make a difference. Again, look, Crossfire, I don't know the ins and outs on that. I don't know if the stats to show that or not, but that's kind of from someone, again, from afar, because I don't have experience around people with violent tendencies and stuff, so I feel as though I'm not the right guy to talk about this, but I kind of share the similar thing to what you're saying now, whereas if someone has got violent tendencies, them playing a video game isn't making them all of a sudden a mass murderer. If someone's got violent tendencies, if they don't play one video game, they're going to play the other one. If they don't play GTA, they're going to play COD. So what is it going to be? If you're going to blanket ban the whole gaming industry and you are going to restrict people under the age of 18 playing video games, like you try and restrict them drinking alcohol, even though we all know that people under the age of 18 can quite easily get hold of alcohol. If you're going to start restricting kids being able to access Twitter, because you can literally see people get decapitated on Twitter, and you can see soft corn, you can see hard corn on Twitter for free. If you're going to start blanking banning that, then fair enough. But I think it's hypocritical, and I think it's a load of bullshit that Keir Starmer literally has a Twitter account and yet wants to put age restrictions on things. Like, that to me is the most hilarious thing. The most hilarious thing. Purple Cash, even on say it again. Even on Roblox, some of the games are incredibly violent for who the platform is made for. To be honest, Purple Cash, I've not really played that much Roblox, so I wouldn't really know how to. Well, I wouldn't really be able to throw much of an opinion in regards to that, but I'll take your word for it, Purple Cash. I'll take your word for it. Cool Water, I've been playing GTA from the beginning. Best I've gotten is a speeding ticket. And that was decades ago. Well, Cool Water, you piece of shit. Because you played Grand Theft Auto when you were a kid, that's why you got your speeding ticket. If it weren't for you playing Grand Theft Auto, you never would have sped. You never would have got your ticket. No. Screw you. Screw you. You shouldn't play Grand Theft Auto. Shocking. Who's this? Kyle Kozak. Oh, good to see you, Big Cheese. Drollus de Walker. We all know this ain't about the kids. Drollus, oi. Drollus de Walker. He's speaking some sense, innit? We all know this isn't for the kids. We all know this isn't for the kids. Oh, man, them chips are so good. That's, again, I'm starting to repeat myself now. But that's my biggest issue around all this. It's the fact that Keir Starmer and all these other fat cats in the West are going to constantly try and implement all this age restriction stuff. And their defense mechanism towards all of it is, oh, we're doing it for the kids. No. You're a lying piece of shit. It's got nothing to do with protecting kids at all. Nothing to do with that whatsoever. Victor, yeah, I'm around my little siblings. They behaved. What they on about? The stupid government. What a joke. They are, man. RP Ghost, while I sit back on this milkshake lol, I think that's the new tequila. Oi, nah, RP Ghost. We've still got the bottle of Sinsamito chilling. It's right here. It's nice and cold. It's refreshed, brother. But when the Queen comes in the middle of a live stream and she brings a fresh milkshake and a box of fries, oh, brother, we got to get amongst it. We got to get amongst it. 5sig, even in kids with violent tendencies, if they play Mario Kart, then they'll someday overspeed or unintentionally crash. Jesus. I probably don't agree with that. 5sig's basically saying, if someone with violent tendencies is playing Mario Kart, one day they're going to be driving down motorway and go, oh, screw it. Anyone fancy getting it with a red shell? I don't think it works like that. But I do understand where you're coming from. But I don't think I agree with it. Oh shit, man, that milkshake is so good. Right, team. You know what? Let me just try and dust off some of these fries if we can do. So what we're gonna do, J-Dog. Yeah, you can. Yeah, yes, you can share these fries with me 100%. Team, you give me 60 seconds. I'm gonna go and dust off these fries. It's a world record attempt. Me and J-Dog are gonna split in between us. Ken, you can have some as well.
It's showtime!
Oh! Yep, I thought you'd like that. Give me 60 seconds, team, and we will be right back.
At Fly US, your business is important to us. That's why we treat you like shit. We know you have a choice when choosing an airline: awful, dreadful, or terrible. And we promise you, we're striving to be awful. Fly US. Sit back, relax, and shut up.
Sure, you work at an office. Sure, you do Pilates. Yes, your wife earns more money than you do. But don't let anyone tell you you're not a man. Let them know you're a tool. U-Tool, the do-it-yourself mega hardware store for guys just like you. Real tools. Guys who don't need to hire a plumber or electrician. Guys who do it themselves. Tools. Blue-collar guys aren't geniuses, and neither are you. Demonstrate this to your wife once and for all at U-Tool. Buy a circular saw. Any guy can use one of them. Wiring is for ninnies. Wire like the pros and make your house a safe place you can be proud of. Show that wife who's boss. The guy with a belt full of gear and the house under control. Show your wife who the family tool is. U-Tool, the mega hardware superstore.
Good fries then, weren't they, J-Dog? Good fries, weren't they? Yeah, there you go. Right. Team, what do you reckon? It says that we've been streaming now. We've been live for just around 2 hours. Should we push it another half an hour? Should we go another half an hour? I think we should do. So, you know what? For the last half an hour, let's try and get back on some positivity, shall we? Let's talk some positivity. So, if you want to drop in any questions, any comments, pump them in now, and we'll have half an hour reading through them. Let's talk some positivity. Let's talk about Grand Theft Auto. Let's talk about the possibility of getting Red Dead 3. Anyone see that shit the other day? There's rumours going around. I didn't think it would get greenlit, but there's a chance that it might be coming. Red Dead 2, I'm fully convinced that we're getting Red Dead 2 this year. Red Dead 2 Next Gen Edition, sorry. I'm fully convinced we're getting that this year. Let's have a ganders. Hi Mars Online, most of the people I know that play GTA don't even care much about the violence. They're mod vehicles for the most part. Yeah, hi Mars again. Makes a good point. How many kids nowadays under the age of 18 don't play Grand Theft Auto for the violence? They actually play it for the role playing. How many kids do you, well, not know, that's probably the wrong terminology, but how many kids do you reckon there are under the age of 18 now that do have a PC, and when they think of Grand Theft Auto, they don't think of violent Grand Theft Auto. They don't even think of the storyline of Michael, Trevor and Franklin. They think of role-playing servers. Is that not a thing? Like, that's surely the majority of online players now, isn't it? They're playing role-playing, especially on well, obviously on PC, 'cause you can only play it on PC. 5sig MCT, I was being sarcastic. Ree! Ree! Internet Mouse is knocking about. Good to see you, Big Cheese. Hello, MCT. What's going on today? Well, the Queen brought me a fat milkshake and some fries, so that's what's going on, Chief. Oh, it looks like I came at a perfectly timed moment here. He came in on an ad break. It's not a perfect time moment at all. If life was a colour, what would it be, MCT? If life was a colour? RP Ghost. If life was a colour? That is one fucking weird question. Do you not think? That is one strange question. I've never been asked that in my entire life. If life was a colour, what would it be? Shit brown. No, I'm only joking. You know what? Why can't life just be one big kaleidoscope? One big firework of multicolours. Let's not put us into one colour bracket, shall we, RP Ghost? Let's broaden the horizons. Let's have all the colours in the world. Why not? But if you want a solid answer, can you see the orange in the left-hand corner for 104.5 Radio MCT's official logo? Yes, it is new. I'd say it'd be that colour. A mixture of orange and yellow. Nice, warm, colourful colours. Bit of brightness in your life. Why not? ASAP, I don't think we're getting Red Dead Redemption 3 after GTA 6. Personally, I feel Rockstar might want to move to a new IP. ASAP, I'm still convinced that they're eventually going to go ahead with this Project Medieval thing. Whether that comes after GTA, I don't know, but I think... Shit, I don't know. If I'm going to be completely real with you, I don't know. ASAP, what do you think we're getting? Do you think we're just going to get a new IP? Do you think it's going to be this Project Medieval thing? Or do you think they're going to go back to a legacy IP? Do you think we're going to get a Bully 2 or an LA Noire 2? Who knows? Karl. Okay, this is what I'm here for. Positivity. I've not let this control my life anymore. Good lad, Karl. Good lad. Internet Mouse, I still haven't... Oh, shit. Hold a minute. Get down on my back stiffening up. Let's just sit back a touch. Where are we going here? I still haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2. This next-gen port would be absolutely great. Start here for me. Oh, Internet Mouse. I forgot that you'd not played Red Dead 2. See, I was going to say go and get it now, but again, look, if they're going to bring this thing out for next-gen within the next 3 months, you're probably better off just waiting. You're probably better off just waiting around. Simon Doherty. Simon Doherty. Good to see you, big S. None of you have gave a valid argument as why this verification is a bad thing. Hold on a minute, Simon. Let me sit back on this H2 or 2 seconds. I'm going to put Simon on blast here. Just 1 minute. Ah, dear me. None of you have given a valid argument as to why this verification is a bad thing. Ah. Okay, Simon. Okay. Right, well then, team, let him have it. Someone smarter than me give Simon a reason as to why this age verification thing is a bad thing. Simon, I'll give you a couple of negatives that I can think of. One, it comes down to the kind of verification that they want. If they're asking for things like full-on identification, and I mean a scan of your passport or your national insurance card, that's a no-no straight away. Because again, we don't know what the limit is going to be. Again, you go to the code that Tez2 put up, there is a bit that says scan QR code, but where's that scan QR code going to take us? You could sit there and go, oh, it's going to take you to Rockstar Games, and then it's going to ask you for your date of birth. Well, why would we need to scan a code then? Why wouldn't we just be able to put it in on the game? Do you know what I mean? Does that not make sense? So that's the first thing I'm going to say to you. The second thing I'm going to say to you, and again, I know it's a selfish point to make, but if this age verification thing plummets the numbers of people that have access to Grand Theft Auto, there is a serious possibility when it comes to GTA 6, they are going to put the price up drastically to cover their asses because they've lost a big load of numbers that are playing Grand Theft Auto. So those are 2 reasons negative for me. But Simon, if I'm being honest, brother, I said this, I'm not really the geezer to talk about when it comes to this stuff. We're just covering it on 104.5 because it's the hot topic of the day. I definitely would recommend going ahead and checking out Cyberboy for his take on it. He's made some really good points on it in the past week on Cyber Waffle. But also, if there's anyone in the team, if there's any friend brothers in the chat right now that want to light up Simon Doherty with some negatives because he was asking for it, they give it to him. Get amongst it. Right, where else are we here? Vicig, Rockstar with a pirate game. Yes, Vicig, me and you are speaking the same language. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, smaller scale games done similar to OG Naughty Dog's Uncharted. Oh, what a shout that is. Again, Vicig, we've been saying this constantly. The next game from Rockstar Games doesn't, and I kind of don't want it to, have an online implementation on it. Unfortunately, it's probably going to. But again, if they want to give us a Project Medieval, or if they want to give us a pirate game, 1, doesn't have to be live service. 2, doesn't have to have an online element of it. Go back to what you know. Go back to what you built your community on. Give us a story-based game that we want and that we're going to enjoy. But again, I've said that till I'm blue in the mask constantly. Internet Mouse, which port do you think will come first? Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA 4 with its DLCs? Internet Mouse, I reckon we're going to get the Red Dead Redemption 2 next-gen port first. I think that makes more sense. So then, basically, that covers the delay of GTA 6 this year. Then, if we get the GTA 4 port before GTA 6, which I think we are going to, we're going to get that around February or March time, maybe even April. I don't think it'll be April when GTA comes out in May. I think it'll be February or April, or February or May. Get your words out your waist, man. Comes out February or March next year. That then boosts the GTA Plus numbers, because I'm still convinced that when GTA 4's port comes out, it is going to be attached to GTA Plus. I think they're going to do that tactically to get those numbers up before GTA 6. Mr. R. I don't think I've said that name before in a live stream. Mr. R. I think it's good to see you, Big Cheese. Depends on what this message says. Age restrictions won't work just like parental controls. They're in everything, but let's be honest, a huge amount of parents don't enforce or use them, and there will always be a workaround. So yeah, Mr. Let me read it again, hold on, sorry. Age restrictions won't work just like parental controls. Yeah, see, this is the thing. That first part's a really good point. And I don't think I've really hammered that home today when we've been talking about it. This age restriction thing isn't just a parental control thing. It's not just a case of your parents need to say, oh yeah, I agree, blah, blah. Again, by the sounds of it, you have to scan some form of QR code, or you're going to have to put in something like hard evidence. And I've said this, I said this at the start of the live stream. I'm not clued up when it comes to stuff like this, but I can guarantee you right now, I am not giving anyone a scanned photo of my passport or anything with my national insurance on. That's not happening. So please don't do that, team. If these mugs are going to ask you for passport or national insurance, or just no, there's got to be a line. I don't think it'll be to that extent. Hopefully we don't anyway, but the reality is we just don't know, do we? We're talking about something that we don't know the extent of just yet, and it's worrying. But I think the reality is we're in the early days of it. I think this is going to get worse before it gets better. Not just for Rockstar Games and GTA, but I think in general, I think this age restriction thing, I think we're in the very early days of it. But that is, again, coming from someone who just isn't clued up. I think the majority of the friend brothers in the chat tonight are a lot more clued up than me, without a doubt. Internet Mouse, I think they are going to go for a new IP. It would be a great way to bring some more insane hype here. I hope they do bring a new IP, Internet Mouse. I really do. Also, if you remember the history of ads in GTA 4, I think they could be making a game based on that. The history ads in GTA 4? Not really, Internet Mouse. Refresh my memory on that. Cool Water, it doesn't actually work. Kids are already working around it. Super Craven, after GTA 6, Rockstar monopolize the industry. I don't think Rockstar are... Well, I don't know. I was going to say I don't think Rockstar kind of want to monopolize the industry, because I think Rockstar already are... I think Rockstar understand where they are in this industry. They are one of the biggest companies in the industry entirely. They haven't got any competition. So I think Rockstar are happy just in their own wheelhouse, because they know they've got no competition and they can go and do whatever they want. I don't really think they've got eyes on other companies. If that's just my two shakes on it. Drollus DeWalker, who wants thousands of companies holding onto your details, especially after the big hack that happened months ago? Again, Drollus DeWalker makes another good point that I've not made yet. You got to remember all this age verification stuff. If you want to go and give them all your details, you're more than happy to. But if these companies get hacked, look at how many times Rockstar Games have had leaks. Are you seriously going to be happy giving your personal details to Rockstar Games if they're constantly getting leaked? And again, you know, it brings me back around to the point that I made at the start of the stream. I am that geezer who constantly says, if Alexa are listening to our conversations, if we're getting spied on through our mobile phones, I'm the first one that sits there and goes, who gives a fat shit? I'm not up to any good. I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be doing. I'm not searching anything I shouldn't be searching. Who cares if they're listening to me? I've got nothing to hide. So I'm that guy who goes, well, all right, who cares if they've got my personal information? What they're going to do with it? If they hack me, they're not going to get anything. I've got nothing to get hacked. All right, you've got my personal information. Great. Now what? But I understand. I completely understand. It's the human mentality of you don't want these companies to have your information. Because again, you don't know who the hell is on the other side of the screen. You don't know who has access to this information. You don't want some wrong-un hacking Rockstar Games in a year's time and coming across your personal details. Surely not. Surely not. Conman's knocking about. It's always good to see you, Conman. How you doing, MCT? Conman, I'm not doing bad. I'm not doing bad. Let's have a gander here. Cal, I did a selfie. Also, we've got no control of what? Doesn't say anything. Internet mouse, yeah, they would play in the TV in GTA 4 when you are inside your safe house. I'm gonna be honest, Internet mouse, I didn't watch much Grand Theft Auto 4 TV. I haven't really watched much of Grand Theft Auto 5 TV, but no, Grand Theft Auto 4 TV wasn't really one that I regularly kept up with. Dragonfly, I'd like Rockstar to resurrect their agent project and basically be their take on something similar to Bond or John Wick. Oh, the agent project. That's an interesting shout. I think Rockstar, the people at Rockstar would love to do something in regards to James Bond. But the biggest thing for me is we've not heard any recent leaks or any rumours that there's any talk around that whatsoever. The biggest rumours that we've got so far is Red Dead Redemption 3 at some point is going to get greenlit and Project Medieval isn't dead in the water at Rockstar, and that's it. I don't hear anything about Agent. I don't hear anything about a spy game. And again, look, I'm not saying that I've got insiders. We know that. But I read the same articles you lot read. I see the same stuff you all see. And I never see anything around an Agent or a spy game. We barely see anything around a new IP other than Project Medieval. We barely see anything around new IP when it comes to Rockstar. And it's a bit of a shame. It does suck. Let's have a gander here. Cal, MCT and me are on the same wavelength. I think we are, Cal. I think we are. Cool Water wants a new Max Payne. I think a lot of people do. Big Chris, sup MCT, happy Friday. Big Christopher, it's good to see you as always. I said, oh, Big Chris, we've talked today. I said hi to you before, didn't I? Internet Mouse, they can reboot their Project Agent to be something else. Again, I wouldn't mind Rockstar having a crack with like a spy Project Agent thing. The only thing that I would say around something like a Project Agent is, let's say for example you are a spy in that game. That is really limiting for Rockstar, isn't it? Like, you look at the main Rockstar games, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, and for me it's Bully over LA Noire, right? Obviously you got the other things like the Max Payne games and Midnight Club, but those are the three that always pop into my head, right? You were limited in Bully because obviously you were a kid, so you couldn't do half the stuff that you can do in Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. But the big titles of Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead, where basically it's unlimited. You can kill whoever you want, you can be as violent or as less violent as you want to be. Obviously you can have hot coffee in Grand Theft Auto, you know, the works. Then you look at something like LA Noire. LA Noire was a really good game, but you were so limited to what you could do because you were in the law. You were a detective. You were a police. You were an officer. You were a cop. You were a police detective. You look at that map in LA Noire. That map was fine. It was decent enough size, but there was hardly anything to do. There was not any real interaction with NPCs, and you know, basically because you're a cop, so you were always going to be limited. So my issue would be if they were to announce that there's a new agent game or a new spy game coming from Rockstar tomorrow. That's fine to a degree, but going off the Grand Theft Auto games and going off the Red Dead games of recent memory, obviously being Grand Theft Auto 5, GTA Online, and Red Dead, and I suppose people make the argument for Red Dead Online as well, they're not really limiting. You can literally go and free roam and do what the hell you want because it works. A spy game or an agent game, I just think it'd be interesting to see how they tackled it, especially in modern day. I think there's a way of doing it, but I think you would be limited. I think you would be. Vicig, I'll still stand on the pirate game side. Either linear or even open world, don't know. See, Vicig, I think a pirate game makes so much sense for Rockstar. They absolutely smashed it out the water with Red Dead on both occasions. I think Red Dead, a pirate game in Red Dead is a very, very similar setting. Obviously, it's not a modern setting. You can make it like one big island, one big map. I just think... I think there's so much potential in a pirate game nowadays. And for a company like Rockstar to do it, I'd be all over it. 100%. 100%. And then some. Internet Mouse, they are remaking the first 2 Max Payne games. Yes. Internet Mouse, I did see that, but I didn't really read too much into it. So is that actually confirmed? The 2 new Max Paynes? Are they getting is it a full-on remake? That'd be cool. RP Ghost, all the games you have mentioned ASAP Rockstar got so much press from negative press, and the leaders of the world were super pissed with them at that time. Yeah, Rockstar have had a lot of shit for years. Cool Water, LA Noire was a 1000 better version of Mind's Eye, even with nothing to do in the world. Well, you know what? I don't see any lies from Cool Water. I don't see any lies at all. Oh dear. Right, team, we are heading into the final 15 minutes of 104.5 Radio MCT on this Friday. So, give me 60 seconds. I'm going to go and fill the H2 up one final time. Get your final questions in, get your final comments in. J-Dog, do you just want to pause that music 2 secs? There you go, good lad. Give me 60 seconds and we'll be right back for the final 15 minutes.
You do everything in your car, from talking to friends to watching a movie to turning tricks with a coworker. So why should you get out of your car to eat? At Up and Atom, we're from a time when America didn't worry about global warming, cholesterol, or who could vote. Drive into Up and Atom today. Up and Atom, food from when we were morally superior.
We all care about the environment, some more than others, especially those of us on the West Coast. But places thousands of miles away have water that is our birthright. We're San Andreas Water and Power. Without our tireless efforts to keep the water and subsidies flowing, San Andreas could dry up like a woman in her 50s. No green lawns, no swimming pools, no lush golf courses in the desert. Sure, you may have to pay the piper sometime, but let's all work together to make sure it's not just yet. San Andreas Water and Power.
Right, let's get amongst it for the final 15 minutes. J-Dog, oi, it's getting a little bit quiet in here, brother. Can we get something going? There we go. There we go. Right then, ASAP, they announced Max Payne remasters 4 years ago and haven't said anything about it. Really? See, that's the thing. Like, I did, when Internet Mouse said it a couple of minutes ago, I do remember hearing about it or reading about it, but it's been a while. I suppose, obviously, the first and foremost, the attention obviously is on GTA 100%. But my worry obviously would be to Max Payne fans, if you don't get those Max Payne remasters in the next 12 months, when are you going to get them? Oh, sorry. Let me cut that off again. Let me start again. You aren't going to get the Max Payne remasters in the next 12 months, are you? Because we've got the Red Dead 2 Next Gen Edition coming, possibly getting the GTA 4 port coming, and then obviously we get GTA 6. So if you don't get them Max Payne remasters in the next 12 to 18 months, it's going to be like another 2 years from now as we're talking. So if they announced them 4 years ago, it'll almost take them 6 years or over to get them out. That's mental. How long did they work on the definitive editions of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas? I felt like that got knocked out from Grove Street Games in about a week. I mean, it looked like they'd knocked it out in about a week. Let's have it right. Internet Mouse, regarding Pirate Game, I can definitely see them writing such a good female pirate character. Someone else said this a while back. Something like Johnny Depp's character, but female version here. Sorry, I forgot the character's name. Oh, what? Captain Jack Sparrow? Yeah, possibly. I just think, when you really think of pirate games, I know a lot of people probably think of like Sea of Thieves, but I always think of Black Flag. And there's not really, unless I'm missing out, there's not really a pirate game that's ever come close to Black Flag. And I think Rockstar Games, no pun intended, would be able to blow that shit completely out the water. I think we all know it without a doubt. So if you give me the option for Rockstar Games to give me anything after Grand Theft Auto, I'm really, really open for a pirate game. But unfortunately, you never hear any rumors about it. So I just can't see it happening. I just can't. At least not anytime soon. Cool Water, I really hate when get into these phases of remaking and remastering games. I'd rather have a new IP. Is that just me? Oi, Cool Water, what about this? Did you see the report that apparently they are going to remake Small Soldiers, the film? Or make a sequel at least? Ugh. I love Small Soldiers, don't get me wrong. Absolutely love Small Soldiers. But it's like Happy Gilmore 2. I've still not watched it yet, but I've heard apparently it's really bad. And I never expected it to be bad, but I've heard people are shitting all over it. It's such a shame that nowadays, when it comes to media, a lot of it is just remasters and remakes. Like, Jesus Christ, man, where's the creativity going in this industry? And when you do get something creative, it takes 10 years to come out. It's a shame. For the fans, it's a shame. For the fans, it's a shame. Internet Mouse, Max Payne remakes are most likely going to be PlayStation 6 titles. Yeah, Internet Mouse, you're not wrong. Again, if the Max Payne remakes don't come out in the next 12 months, they might as well be on PlayStation 6. But they won't be. They'll get made for PlayStation 5. And then you'll be playing on PlayStation 6. That's the reality of that. Internet Mouse again, true, but I believe it would be cool if the pirate game is where we can choose to be either male or female. Would be a cool thing. Yeah, I suppose. The only thing is when it comes to Rockstar is obviously I get that Jason and Lucia are the female and male characters of this game going forward, but this is the first time we're getting that, so maybe we don't get that option. I mean, who knows? You know, maybe if... I was going to say maybe like the next IP, if it's not a pirate game and it does end up being Project Medieval, what if it ends up being like a woman? I don't think a lot of people would... I think you'd see a lot of nerds coming out the closet and be like, oh, this is ridiculous. A woman won't be able to do this in medieval times. She won't be able to do that. Now, you'd see a sea of angry people, brother. You'd see it. You'd see it. Internet Mouse, what is small... Sorry, what? Hold on, J-Dog. Just pause that music a sec. Just pause that music 2 seconds. Just hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What is Small Soldiers? I swear to God, you better be taking the piss or you are rage baiting. Small Soldiers is... J-Dog, you need to put that music back on because I'm going to be sick. Brother, Small Soldiers was one of the OG top dog films back in the day. Oh my God, man. Small Soldiers had no reason to be that good. Internet Mouse, I swear to good God, if you've not watched Small Soldiers, you are watching it tonight. You are watching it tonight. When I see you on Monday I'm going to ask you about Archer. I'm going to ask you about Major Chip Hazard. I'm going to ask you about Alan. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. ASAP, we've had more remakes or sequels than new IPs. Ugh. Don't even get me thinking about that, because there's a good chance that you might be right. Vicek, the industry's creativity has died. Look at Naughty Dog. Managed to re-release The Last of Us. Ugh. And the PC, then Rockstar has released GTA 5 on all platforms. Yeah, what's that latest shit that Naughty Dog have come with? Haven't they now... What is it that they've done with Last of Us? They released another version of it, didn't they? Like, what was it, a couple of months ago? And it was like the latest updated, unbelievable version. It was the 2 games in one, and it was like something else and something else. Like, oh, brother, let it go. Focus on Intergalactic. Focus on something. Jesus. Dear me. Ashton Stacey's knocking boots. Not seen that name in a while. Good to see you, Ashton Stacey. Just as we're about to wrap things up. Mr. MCTANNEN, daddy. And then puts a load of cat faces. Oh, I bet you better not be calling me a pussy. Ashton, me and you can get amongst it right now. Don't you dare. Internet Mouse, he has... Oh, Internet Mouse hasn't seen Small Soldiers. Oh, Internet Mouse, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Oh, you can't drop that on a Friday. You cannot drop that on me on a Friday. Just, you need to go... Oh, you piece of shit. Go and watch it. Please go and watch it over the weekend. If you don't do anything this weekend, at least watch Small Soldiers at the very least. Oh dear. Right, team, I'm calling it. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes before we call time at the bar. So again, if you got any questions, get them in now. Any comments, get them in now. This is your 2-minute warning. Let's have a gander here. Internet Mouse, a couple of months ago. That's too old. Time to release a new Last of Us here. ASAP, it was a chronological order for Last of Us. Oh shit, yeah. Again, just kneel, let it go, brother, let it go. Vicek, MCT, Small Soldiers was the reason I grew up with those little toy soldiers, jets and tanks and whatnot. Oh man, like I said, Small Soldiers, for what it is, should not have had no right being as good as it is, and I'd be really worried with a new Small Soldiers film today. Not a remake, I'm talking a sequel. If they were to do a sequel, Small Soldiers, which by the sounds of it, they're going to do, I'd be so worried today. I think they're going to go over the top with it. I think you're going to get all sorts. You're going to have the goddamn... They're really going to implement, like, AI into it and all sorts. And you're going to have, like, just everything. Like, household appliances are going to be getting amongst it. And it's not going to be Small Soldiers anymore. It's basically going to be technology versus humanity. I don't want that shit. Give me the Commando Elite versus the Gorgonites. That's all I want. That's all I want. Ashton Stacey, I can't believe that the GTA community saw that Million Man tweet and immediately reacted as if GTA 6 is actually delayed to September 2026. Well, Ashton Stacey, we were talking about it on Wednesday and then we covered it yesterday saying that they've now deleted the tweet. I'm just going to say this. I said it in the video and I said it on the live stream. I didn't believe the source. I didn't think the source was that credible to believe it. But at the same time, I'm not going to ignore the fact that GTA 6 can still get delayed. I'm not in that wheelhouse of people genuinely thinking, oh, it's 100% coming out on May because Rockstar have got a good track record. Delays don't care about track records. If GTA 6 isn't where they need that game to be, they will internally greenlight a delay. So as much as I don't believe the source, as much as I don't believe, especially the fact they've now deleted the tweet, if they hadn't have deleted the tweet, I might have believed them maybe a couple of more %, but the fact that they deleted the tweet just convinces me now that even they didn't think that was real. So because they deleted the tweet, they've basically assassinated their own character. But I'm not going to be that douchebag that sits here and goes, oh no, it's 100% coming out in May because when Rockstar announce a date, it always comes out. Like, no. It's the biggest game of the generation. If it isn't looking right at the end of this year, they will internally greenlight another delay. They do not want a Cyberpunk on their hands. They don't want that shit. Right, team. I'm going to read a couple more chats and then we're going to cover chat up. So please don't send any more donations. Don't send any more questions. I do not want you to waste your time and your money. Internet Mouse, alrighty, I'm going to try watching it this weekend, but I can't make any promises. No, Internet Mouse, I need promises right now. I need promises right now. RP Ghost, you just won trophy the lottery via SIG. Private 210 stocking boots. Good to see a Private 210. They probably can't get it to run smoothly on the Series S. What, do you reckon that's why it's the... What if it gets delayed again? You reckon that's why it's going to be delayed? Because they can't get it run on the Series S. Right, Ashton Stacey, I'm going to finish with this one. I agree. A delay is always possible. Hopefully from Rockstar's history of meeting specific dates, hopefully it will not be delayed. We're so close. It's August. Ashton Stacey, that's probably the funniest thing, because that's really the kick in the dick about all of it. We're all kind of worried. I think in the grey matter, I think a lot of people have got it in our heads is there is still a big possibility one day GTA 6 will get delayed again. And we are every day we are getting closer and closer and closer to this goddamn video game. And it seems like we're never going to get to it. And we were so close this year. This was going to be the year of Grand Theft Auto 6. Then it gets delayed to next year. And we are, what, 2 months away? And now we're talking about delays again. And I understand that people are getting vexed and people are getting frustrated, but... I don't know. Fingers goddamn crossed that this thing doesn't get delayed. But we can't be ignorant to the fact that there's a chance. But anyway, look, team. We're going to leave it there. We've been going 2.5 hours. Absolutely killed it once again. I can't say thank you to every single person that's dropped to us tonight on 104.5 Radio MCT every single damn time. Jason, you know what? You can bring that music down, son. We appreciate you, big dog. Right, team. Jesus. That is us signing off for the weekend in regards to 104.5 Radio MCT. However, it is Saturday tomorrow, which means more than likely there will be a video. So keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be a video. In fact, yes, keep your eyes peeled because there will be a video tomorrow. What else we got coming? Obviously, we got shorts and we got TikToks coming every day. So there'll be one tomorrow and there'll be one Sunday. And of course, we'll be back on Monday. So it's the weekend. I want you to stay safe on those streets, you little punk bitch. Please stay safe. Go and have fun. Enjoy yourself. Be responsible, but, you know, don't be too responsible. You know, go and enjoy yourself. You know, get loosey-goosey with it. Get free with it. But seriously, just stay safe. That's all I'm bothered about. Enjoy your weekend. And, brother, I'm going to catch you next week. I'll catch you on Monday. Peace, friend brothers. We appreciate you all. We'll see you next week.